this week, David messes with the mob. Chloe attacks a child, and I do a CPC course. Now that I'm saying it out loud, mine's not as interesting as the other guys. Mine's
Yours
like
is so boring.
wow.
What was Chloe's? I'm sorry.
Chloe was attacking a child.
Attacking a child.
Yeah, mine. But all I did was a CPC course this week. It's not been an interesting week for me.
Wow.
Yeah, so you probably maybe don't listen to the podcast, to be honest with you.
Yeah, actually, no, just end it here. Just turn it off. Fuck the whole podcast
or
off. Don't
if you do, go to the very end, and his actual statement will be for the first time ever true. If you haven't listened, how did you get this far? It's because you were told to at the very start to jump to the end. There we go. So that's actually would be the case.
Do it.
That's it. No, what's the other bit that I say? Oh, so let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this. But that's only if you haven't listened. Not if you've turned it off, then you've not listened to this bit. But then if you have, right, let's just start the podcast.
This is just another trucking podcast.
An Englishman, an Irishman, and an Australian walk into a pub. Something like that. That's what you'd be getting all the time.
Have you ever had someone tell you that joke to you while you're in America? Well, I guess it's not really an American joke, that is it?
Is it? No, because it's an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Welshman in it, or something, or a Scotsman.
I don't know. I don't think those jokes really are popular anymore, are they?
They're not really. No, I think they definitely went by the wayside, didn't they?
By the wayside. I've never actually heard that ever in my entire life. Those in the wayside.
Yeah,
by the wayside.
Yeah,
I've never. I'm sorry. Yeah,
don't really use it.
I feel like I'm talking to my wife right now because all the intelligent words that come out of her mouth, I'm like, yeah, hold on, let me Google that. No, how about it better? You go ahead and translate for me if you don't mind. My vocabulary isn't great, and I don't hear.
I never even until just now. I never even thought about it.
It's just that when you hear the words together and you analyze each word, I'm like, by the wayside, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
It does mean something. I've googled it before. I think by the wayside.
Yeah. I know it's just a saying. Obviously, it's a saying, but it's like it's just sometimes if you've never heard it before, how do you even know it? It's just like thinking it from a foreign person. If you translate it, it's in the wayside. How the hell is a foreign person supposed to understand that? Or even if they translate it, like So
if a person falls by the wayside, they fail or stop before completion.
Interesting, Tom. Just that, are you sure you put it in the right context there?
No.
I'm pretty sure
I took a shortcut with the sentence there with by completion. It did say before they complete what they are set out to do. I thought by completion, it was a bit easier to say, but
or it's long lived. Is that another one? I feel like that joke is long lived. See, I'm terrible at putting the right.
Full flat to full flat. That's one.
Mm-hmm. In the Bible, the phrase is used to compare people who give up on worshipping God in order to lead sinful lives to seeds on the ground that are eaten by hungry birds. There we go. Obviously, everybody could have read that too, and I just happened to read it out loud. Apparently,
by the way, so it's religious.
Yeah. Stems from religion.
That checks out. Right.
So no facts of wife today because I forgot to ask my wife to give me facts of wife.
That's fine. We can do.
God, David, it's not like any of us forget to do shit, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do lie to me if you want. Or would I bullshit you?
Would I bullshit you? Yeah, I'm sure you. Chloe, do you have anything in the pipeline? Why is it called on the pipeline? Is it a pipe? Sorry.
Because it's a pipe. Yeah, I can wing it. I can wing it.
So Charlie, by the way, is a moderator. He's the one who set up. He's the one in the Discord, right? Sorry, in the chat, who just waved to us.
What charity is he? Like, is he here?
Charlie
in the thing.
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
Is he one of
Charlie?
I think Charlie. I'm sure he gets that all the time. So is this the one that you were saying that you were going to start paying, what, like £1,000 a day or something, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Once he turns 18.
Absolutely set David.
Once he turns 18, but he'll get
How
fired
long's
right
he
before
got?
he's 18.
How long's he got?
Actually, how long do you have before you're 18? Crickets. Come on, type faster.
Is he that young? He can't type.
1.5 years.
Oh, 1.5 years. Ooh. See,
Which makes it impossible for me to pay him because he's under 18. You can't pay people really easily under 18.
you can buy him
Yeah, you
Roblox
can.
and stuff, can't
You
you? You can
definitely
buy
can.
him
We figured it out.
gifts.
We
gift
figured it.
cards.
We figured it out. But yeah,
Just
so-
get him a Pornhub premium subscription.
Ooh, a Pornhub premium. Okay.
Just saying.
I didn't refuse the bank transfer. It just didn't work. We couldn't figure it out. The American version of there's an online bank called something Wazo or something or
Monzo.
Monzo.
It's been in, it's been in a bit of like it's been in the news recently because it's
Oh, is it?
yeah because it's not underwritten by like UK regulators, so
Okay.
you're not protected like you are with a regular bank. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
some place like
My
I know
brothers
like
were gonna
Kale's
get me-
mum.
Get it.
Well, I use Starling
Mhm.
and I use what's the other one I use? No, sorry, not Monzo. Sorry, sorry, not Monzo. What's the other one? It's Revolut. Sorry, Monzo's the one that I
Oh, yeah,
use,
Revolut,
which is
yeah.
underwritten. No, Monzo is good. Revolut
Right.
is the one that's bad. Sorry.
Interesting,
Okay.
because they're like really strict. I thought.
So
But,
what,
I
you
have-
got
I have
scammed by it
Revolut.
as well.
No,
Well, no,
well, here's the thing: the
Go on.
American version of Monzo isn't perfect, and is what's turned out. They're
Right.
because they're an English company, but they're like, but so
Are they
they.
actually?
I think so. I think they're based out of England.
Okay.
I think. But anyway, it's
So
just,
I know Revolut they use in Cyprus, and Kale's mum like apparently in like it's Revolut, isn't it, Kale? She is fully into Euro Truck Simulator
I
over
mean,
there.
she's
She
driving
is
a big
not
truck
listening
over
to me.
there. She's
She
got to
is, yeah.
concentrate.
Yeah.
She is in full concentration. I love it.
How is she actually driving? She all right?
She's actually keeping to the speed limits and everything.
oh, wow.
She's nailing it. She is nailing it. I genuinely think she'd be a good truck driver. Right.
I put 200. I put 200 onto Monzo, and I couldn't transfer it over, and it was just really, really shitty. And then a week and a half, they wouldn't respond to me. At one point, I just swore at
Oh.
them a bunch and called them the C words and F this and F that and all that kind of stuff. And the next message, but the only reason I'm talking like this is because it's been over 10 days and you haven't responded. So I feel like all these messages are going on deaf ears. So, and then the 2 days after that, you know, they finally responded. Oh, I'm so sorry. The American version isn't doing great right now. I'm really, really sorry. All right, I need to close this account ASAP. Well, you got to transfer the money. Do this and do that. Okay. And it made it very hard to transfer it back into my own account. You know what I mean? So that's basically my experience with Monzo, and I'll never use it again. Can I show you their Monzo card? Have you seen how bright this is? Like, it is
Yeah.
stupidly bright. I feel like I don't even need a flashlight.
I know.
I can just
but
have
you
this.
can pay for the nicer one.
Oh, I didn't
So
know there was a
there's
nicer
an
one.
upgrade. Yeah. There's a slightly different color one. There's the coral one, or there's like another one. We've also got the white version of that.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
Why have you got
'cause-
to pay for an extra card?
So basically, if you pay for the upgraded thing, you get like higher APR
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Okay,
But
right.
the reality is, for the amount you pay, unless you've got like millions in there, you're not going to make any money on that. But
With you?
you also get like stuff like if you've got like want to get train tickets, you can get like very, very cheap train tickets, and you can also get a free
okay.
drink at Greg's each week. So, and that actually kind of if
What,
you
like
get
a
if you go, you can get a free coffee every week. Yeah, on it.
Pumpkin
Well, not a
spice
free
latte
one,
is
but
what
like
I'm all
with
about at
the
moment.
thing. Oh, fuck you and the pumpkin spice latte.
I'm one of those.
It's
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not into the pumpkin spice latte thing.
I've never had
I
one.
don't.
I love
I don't
it.
want to try it. I don't want to try it. I'm sure it's fine. I just don't need another taste in my mouth.
I think it's one of them things where it's become a bit of a Marmite thing. It has a very big cult following. Those people who are into the pumpkin spice latte, they will fucking die by it. Like,
have you seen all the
they
shorts and stuff
will-
of what people do? And Or like the videos.
Well, no,
and that.
John Oliver on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, they have like multiple segments just a pumpkin spice latte. Like,
oh right, they
multiple-
basically start talking
yeah.
about like they'll get a compilation of all the newscasters around
Yeah,
America,
and it's
all
like,
talking
dude,
about pumpkin spice.
Yeah, pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, it's very embarrassing. It really is when they go one after the other, and then they got like 24 clips at once in tiles, all talking about the exact same thing in unison.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
All right, let's just start the podcast and
Have we not
see what
started?
happens. Oh, we've started, but Tom needs to do his intro. It's always funny when Tom does an intro
All right.
mid through the show.
Oh right, all of this is going in. There
why
is
not?
no like. we're just
I haven't decided yet where I'll start the podcast. It'll be, but just to start.
What
It
we,
might
we're
be
doing
right
this
now.
like, is it what's the American guy called? Where they start mid sentence and we always talk about him, Joe Rogan, like the big
Yeah.
the big
Oh,
daddy
yeah.
of. I will say Joe Rogan's going fucking.
What's going on?
Anyways, well, I don't know. He just seems to be getting like crazy, like I don't know, like some of the conspiracy shit.
Tom.
But anyways, right? Yeah,
Tom.
go on.
Start the show.
Can you just fucking start the show? Yeah.
Oh my god, right. Hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friends, my co-hosts. We have Chloe. Hello, Chloe.
Hello.
I was nervous for a second. He's going to say me.
I was going to.
wasn't where I
'cause
was going.
I actually went out of order because you're actually on my screen. You're next, David. But I thought, I'll mix
Because it looked like you're looking at me, looking at the screen. You're like looking directly
Weirdly,
at me.
I mean, he's looking at
genuinely
cameras.
was.
He's looking
I
at me as well.
genuinely was.
No, but he's not looking at the camera. He's looking at the screen, which makes it look like he's looking
How do you know where
genuinely
you are on the
was, yeah.
screen?
on my screen.
He knows. He
And
always
like-
knows where he
He
is.
just knows
He
everything.
always knows where he is. We have David. Hello, David.
Sup?
Really? After all of that, we've built this up, and that's what you went with. Just
Yeah.
so.
Sup? You don't even get
I
a
feel
what's
like I
up.
should have gone with yo.
You just yeah. Oh,
God, I hate the
Yeah.
pair of
hey, how are you doing?
you. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. I have got something to talk about just off the bat straight away.
Okay, let's do it.
When have you not? Go.
I
So
want
we're
to
not,
talk.
we're
about,
not going to carry on with talking about Joe Rogan and his things.
No,
I
we've
didn't
got
really
about
have
that
a
bit.
lot to say about it. Yeah, we've moved on. We've moved on.
So when
I
you don't
will
have a lot to
talk-
say, when other people have a lot to say about the thing you're talking about, we don't even get to carry on. Okay, that's what I want to make sure where I stand in this podcast or where we stand when
I
you're done
don't
talking
even
about
know who
something
he is,
that
so
you're.
I don't want to talk about him.
Oh, it's just podcast. It doesn't really matter that much. I want to talk about emotions
Okay,
and like how
emojis?
no like emotions.
Okay, back to
and-
Joe Rogan.
Ah, cat's got my leg.
What?
Cat got my leg. I forgot I was playing with something. The cat's gone through.
Well, okay.
Right.
Well, that's an emotion
I
for
want-
you. Go for it.
Yeah, it was pain and emotion. I think pain's an emotion.
Okay,
Yeah, I want to talk about like emotions and your future self, because I feel like
Okay.
future me and past me are not me sometimes.
Well, no, because you
I-
grow and develop. Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, say for instance, someone says something and you're like, yes, that's a very sound idea. I should definitely do that.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
And then as you get closer towards it, you start going,
Fuck.
why?
Yeah.
Why did I say yes to this?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I agree to do this? And as it gets closer and closer, the more you hate past you, and you think, what a fucking dickhead I used to be like a week ago when I agreed to do this. And then once you've done it and you get past it, you're like, oh, I'm really glad that past me did that. That's great. That's really good for me. I did a CPC course last week,
yeah.
and I went through the full emotions of that because I was like, I need to do. I like.
You've got
it's-
to
you
do
gotta
that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to. You've got to do a certain amount every 5 years, and
Yeah.
I'm like nearly 3 years into my 5 years, and I've not done
Right.
any. So I need some
Right.
CPCs under
Yeah.
my belt. I need some under my belt. I've also got another one coming up at Christmas. Yay! Can't wait for that. Exciting times.
Are you going in to do this or just online?
Well, this is a full like sitting in course,
Okay.
and it was on vehicle checks
Sorry,
and
I was
Hey,
laughing at I having an orgasm.
It's got yawny face emojis.
Oh,
David, honestly,
dude. So
it
we got,
is-
by the way,
it
so
is.
this, the Patreon chats. Someone in who some of the Patreons like to call themselves stuff, and one of them's called "I'm having an orgasm" because that means we have to read it out each time, and we hate them for it. We love them, but we hate them for it.
No, I think you hate him for it. I love him for it.
A little bit, yeah. But it was an 8-hour course on vehicle checks, and like it was, oh fuck. And the thing is, I'm quite I'm open-minded. I would consider myself politically left wing, and I would consider myself like on the kind of more, yeah, I don't like the non-political joke stuff like that, where it's clearly getting a look. Anyways, the beginning of this course, and genuinely, for the first like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, we were talking about like, we were like, one of the questions is, what does it mean to be British? And
What?
it was, oh no, I shit you not.
That's
and
a
bearing
terrible
in mind,
question.
this is West Cumbria. And I like West Cumbria. However, West Cumbrians aren't the most PC we'll go with. And there may be some. Yeah. I mean, wait, imagine that this guy at the front of the class goes, "What does it mean to be British?" Imagine the responses that people in there shouted back, and whatever you can think of right now, that's what was shouted. It was all of it. Well, with all the amount of people coming over here, this and that. I'm just like,
Oh,
my
they
God.
went full blown into that.
Oh
didn't they?
yeah. Oh, it went full like. Oh, we went full racist. Like we were full racist, and I was just like, well, I'm just gonna sit here, and like he looks at me, and I was like, Army, British Army, and what I don't really know. Like when they say like, what does it mean to be British, and like, what does the Union Jack think? Like, what does the Union Jack mean to me?
What do they
you know what it
expect you
means
to say
me?
though? Because you're driving.
Well, I
You're a
don't really know.
driver.
The only thing I could think of was the Spice Girls when they had the dresses with the Union
Is this
Jack. and I was
is
like,
this a question
yeah.
that you can get wrong?
I don't know.
Probably.
Either way, this was a CPC course on vehicle checks, but they
So
clearly
vehicle checks,
realised.
but they're doing British.
Honestly, they clearly realised while making his course, like, yeah, we can't pad a 15-minute vehicle check into an 8-hour course. We're gonna have to just fill it with shit, whatever it is.
Was any of the people you were there not British by any chance? Everyone was
Okay,
British.
this is very
'Cause
much West
if
Cumbria.
they weren't all British, no, but let's be honest. If they weren't all British, then how would that question go? You can't say what's it mean to be British? They're gonna go, what? Why do I give a
don't know.
shit?
I don't really know. And then there was like all of this. Obviously, they have to go through like at least like 20 minutes of equal opportunities and stuff like that. And I'm like, but I don't get me wrong. This is all stuff that I think is important, but
Not on a CPC.
this is a CPC course, and like he actually asked at the beginning of it, who wants to be here, and everyone was like, no, don't want to be here.
Why would you want to be
Are you-
here?
Well, exactly.
Do you have anything
We're
like
there
CPC?
because we have to be there.
Yeah.
What do you have, David?
What?
What do you have anything similar to CPC? I know, obviously, when you're learning to do your license, you have like
No, we don't.
work.
We
But
don't have
after
any.
that, is that
actually.
it?
No,
You
that's
don't have
it.
any of it.
We no, I think that's it. Every I think maybe every 2 years, if you have a hazmat, you got to redo your hazmat.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. The only time I ever had to
Really?
redo the tests was when I switched. When I went to California, I had to redo my my general knowledge and my combination and doubles and triples and all that kind of stuff. You know, to get my endorsements again, because I had to redo my endorsements as well. But they wanted it for California standards. Yeah, I have no idea.
That sounds fucking amazing. That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Like there was a genuine point during the CP, and I don't know if anyone else has ever had this during a CPC course. Put it in the chat, or you tell me, Chloe, because again you do see. Like the guy was talking, and it's because we've been watching videos. He turned the lights off at the front of the class, and this is a proper classroom that we're in.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off, and he's talking, and then he then hands out these questionnaires, and I said, I was sat next to my mate Paddy, and I said to him, I'll be honest with you. I have not been here for about 30 minutes, I don't think, what we've been talking about. And it's like...
I agree with you.
It was saying something. It's like... And it was like, well, it's about strapping down correctly in curtains. And I said to him, but Paddy, we're tipper drivers. We don't strap them down. But it's mud. So we, like at one point, the guy said to us, what kind of loads do you take out? Like what do you take pallets? I'm like, it's mud. Just put it in the back, and then we go somewhere, and then we just tip it out, and then we drive back, and we do it again, and that's it.
God, and you've got the laziest truck driving job ever.
Honestly, it's so bad.
Yeah.
But
some of them you don't even have to get out of, do you?
Well, he was saying about like, there was a genuine thing where he had this mathematical calculation that he put up on screen, and it was about weight distribution, and it was like axle, like distance between the axles minus something plus this divided by this, and I'm like, I don't understand the question. Like, I can't give you an answer because I don't understand what I'm looking at. It goes here. It's fine. Like, if I need more weight on the front, I'll tell them, put more weight on the front.
What are you going to do when they start putting exams at the end of these CPCs?
They did. There was a test at the end of it.
What? But what happens if you don't pass it? Is it they've not brought that in yet? Have they?
I will say no, but they are going to apparently.
I
don't know.
Did
but
you
for
pass
this
one?
So this is really bad.
Did you pass it?
I did. I got 100%.
How?
Did you?
Used Gemini.
You copied?
No, I used Gemini.
So
I took a picture.
Without
I took
the guy
a picture.
knowing?
Yeah, no, I just took a picture with my phone, and I put it onto Gemini, and I just said, "What's the answers to these?" And it gave me every answer. And then at the end of it, he just goes, "Right, throw your paper away." And I'm like, "Why did I even write this out? What was the point of this?" But yeah, no, I used Gemini. It's honestly,
and he didn't know what you were doing.
No, all I saw was just no. He wasn't looking when I took a picture of it, and I just all I did was just typed in what are the answers to this, and Gemini comes back and he goes question 1, question 2, and like it gave me full explanations for every single bit.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm definitely using it for my things then, my forms.
Well, what's the point in it? We chucked it out at the end, so what's the fucking point in it? Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Like,
but did 100% get marked? Did 100% get put on your record?
Or
like,
you
okay, well you got
100%.
No, he just told us to chuck it out at the end. Nothing.
Oh, so he didn't even check it.
No.
No.
We all, as a class, we all checked it.
Oh,
and it was
okay.
like, the answer for this one here is here. And
So you knew what was what.
Tick.
Okay.
But like, I knew what the answers were because Gemini gave it to me. So I was like, yeah, fucking AI for the win.
So what did you learn from this CPC course then?
CPC courses are boring as shit. That's what I learned.
And you learned that Gemini is a really good tool.
Fucking Gemini is like super cool.
Just to clarify, people who don't know what Gemini is it Google's version of AI?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the AI assistant for Google, and you can take a picture of something and put it up on there, and it'll tell you whatever. It's fucking phenomenal. It's so good. But like, the thing is, the stuff that we learned on there is like it was pretty much like how they're clamping down on certain things, and like what Vos is up to at the moment. But the thing is, again, it's West Cumbria. We don't have Vosa here.
You've got you get away with so much up that way.
You don't have what there?
Vosa. Well, but it's not. It's DVSA now. But like we call it.
I feel like I should
Vosa
leave for
still.
half an hour and come back and just carry it.
No, it's basically it's basically DOT. That's what it is. It's just
you don't
DOT,
have you don't have DOT in North Cumbria.
Pretty much no. I've never seen
Probably
them
get
before.
away with most things. Yeah.
Like
We've got
I've never
everywhere
seen them
down
unless.
Here. Everywhere.
Well, the one thing he did say
oh my God,
was about the ANPR weighbridges and how many of them there are, because there are fuck tons of these ANPR weighbridges. Do you know about these, Chloe?
What's this?
Like, do you know about the ANPR
So you
weighbridges?
just jogged my memory. I've got a story to tell you. Go on. These
Okay.
roll-on weighbridges. Go on.
So basically, where it's, you know these ones, David. You've got them out in America
Everywhere.
but apparently they're getting like, because they're so cheap to put in.
They are?
And what they do, Apparently so. Apparently they are really cheap to put in. Because all it requires
So these
is
are going
actual,
on the road?
Yeah. It checks all your axle weights and it basically flags
Just
you
as
up
you drive over it.
as a vehicle in need of attention, basically. And if there's police or there's VOSA nearby that can pull you. So like there's some heading towards Carlisle, and there is a proper way station at Carlisle. So by the time that you get to the motorway, to like if you're heading north to Scotland, they've got you. Like they already know who they're pulling. They're waiting for you, and like it's now I've now realised, because I've seen it a couple of times where like I was going past the like basically all the DOT, and it was like I don't know. It was he was like hyper focused up the slip ramp, what's coming down towards him.
Yeah.
And I was like, he didn't even like look at me for a second. And it was like he was waiting for something. And I think I now know what they were waiting for. Something's triggered an ANPR camera, and they're waiting for that truck to come.
I was going to say, they've quite often got spotters or something, haven't they, further down or something, and they'll radio through saying, get this one or whatever. So you triggered something that might have happened to me this week, or was it last week? It might have been. So we had DVSA perched outside, pretty much, so Sidmouth Road, the road down by our work, within 5 minutes, basically, of our work. They'd set up camp along in West Point. And we're pulling in vehicles left, right, and centre, and we all knew they were there.
And they love Roros. Holy shit! They're like the second. Do you know that it's like in the cartoons when like the people like they see money and their eyeballs light up with like a dollar sign? They go scratching. That's basically what DVSA is.
Well, they pulled in a few others, so some other lorries in that had been pulled in, and they'd been there all day, so we knew about it. And we all just kept driving past, and none of us got waved in. It was fine. And it was getting towards the end of the day, and I knew I had a collection of a job that had come in overweight before.
Yeah.
And it was only down the road, and it'd come in about half a ton or a ton overweight before, and it was just the last collection. And it had been raining though, hadn't it? And when I got there to collect this bin, it was different inside. It took me a while to collect because it was on an awkward junction sort of thing. So by the time I sort of loaded it and it was facing downhill, it loaded quite nicely and it didn't feel too bad. But obviously as I hit the straight, it felt a little bit boaty.
Yeah, you can. It's like
when
when there's a bit of a hill or there's a certain thing, where your acceleration point is.
Yeah. So I got down to the bottom of this hill because I'd obviously loaded it and was facing downhill. So the gravity was with me. The truck didn't struggle. I knew it was going to be a heavy or on weight. But I was heading to my nearest weighbridge, which was our yard. So the grey area was there. So I did speak to my boss and I said, I've come in overweight before. Are you happy for me to drive past sort of thing? He's like, yeah, you're heading to your nearest weighbridge. You got no weigher. Do it. So I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, I was so nervous because I thought this is the time I'm going to get pulled now and I'm going to be overweight. Yeah. And I was thinking, oh, fucking hell. And I got near him and I couldn't see a single, like they were out on the road, obviously one further on down the road. I couldn't see anyone. So I was like, oh, they're not out, I don't think. And I got near them and there was no one out. They're all sat in their vans having a break or something. And I was like, oh, thank fuck for that. Thank fuck for that. Like, oh, sweet. That's all good. We're all good now. Anyway, I get back to the yard. Do you want to hazard a guess of how much I might have weighed?
Oh
allegedly. I might have to say allegedly on this.
Well, no, because in a day, it's not allegedly, because in a day, you literally, it's not grey zone if you're literally heading towards your local weighbridge.
But I was really overweight.
How bad is it?
It's quite bad.
Was there a water weight?
It wasn't dripping water, but it was mud. And there was stone underneath, and I could see the bottom of the bin, so I didn't think too much of it. So I came in at 38.5 ton.
Oh, rookie numbers!
Wow, when my gross weight is still 32, going past VOSA, 6.5 ton overweight. It's not great, is it?
You're talking to Tommy here.
All right, Tom.
Call me when they think that an Arctic's come on the weighbridge.
I've loaded up some in the yard.
I have had that.
Ridiculous
I have had that said
weights.
to me, by the way.
But it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
How would DOT out there, like for like weight stuff? Like, is there the same wiggle room as we have? Because there is supposedly a bit of, like, say for instance, you're going to your nearest weighbridge, or like you're also allowed. Is it like what? There's a certain percentage, isn't it? Over you're allowed. I can't think what it is off the top of my head.
It depends on your axles as well, doesn't it? Because
No. There's an actual percentage you're allowed over. I think it might be like 10.
What, over here?
No, is it 10%? Yeah, there is.
It used to be 10%, but I don't think it is
10%,
now.
yeah.
It used to be.
It's in the CPC course. He did say what percentage it was, but it was one of the bits I wasn't paying attention. So, besides that, if I'm overweight, I'm listen. If we're gonna roll bad, we're gonna roll bad. Like, that's just what happens.
But I'm normally all right because most
Allegedly.
of mine, I don't leave Exeter really.
Yeah, that's true. But like, yeah,
And
David, like DOT, how are they?
Oh wait, I'm back in the conversation, am I?
But you were always in the conversation. It's a podcast. That's how this works.
Usually, if you're £500, they'll give you £500 per axle. Only one axle though. Meaning, as in, like, if you're, let's say you're £34,000 is a max you can be on tandems, on tandem axles. So 2 axles that are right in front of each other. And if you're 34,500, they'll give you a pass. You know. So, but then again, I was one time £1,000 over, and they were fine. But it all depends on the person. But I don't know, is there a percentage?
Yeah, it does as well.
But you know, see, a lot of the time, I think if you're overweight on your drives, they kind of give you a pass on that one, as long as you're not too over, because you'll burn off that fuel.
Just quickly, you said £34,000. Just googled that. So that's only 15 tons, which is nothing. So what that's just the weight down on
the trailer axles. Yeah, so you got your steer axle, you have your drive axles, and you have your trailer axles.
So you're allowed 9 tons in the UK on each axle.
Well,
so
we're actually allowed £20,000 on each axle. All right, it's just that when there's 2 of them together, right in front of each other, like they always are, you know.
Right.
£34,000.
Yeah. Right. So that's about the same. Because £20,000 is about 9 tons, and it is about that actually.
Now, if you add an extra axle, if you add a third axle and they're right there in front of each other, you know, you can have £42,000. All right. Still, each of those axles can't weigh more than £20,000. The front axle, technically, your steer axle can have 20. The law is, for weight, is £20,000, but you still got to follow the other criteria on the tire and the axle weight. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's a lot of technicalities in America to kind of almost catch you out, like that. What you were saying about, like, the fact of, like, because obviously you can, like, spread out your axles and shit like that, and if it's this and this one's not at this position here, and if the sun is eclipsed with the moon.
Now you're being ridiculous, dude.
But it does feel like that.
It doesn't. It feels like a normal day for us.
I know. But
maybe
like,
it just sounds a little bit more dramatic there for us.
Well, I know. But
it's not that bad. I know you're trying to
I'm making a point, but when you go in,
are you really
when you
making
go in
a point?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
It's not
But when you're going from state to state, like, do you have to have, like, a guidebook or something like that so you kind of know?
Yes,
Gemini.
you do. Okay.
You do now, yeah.
You kind of do. Here's the thing. If you don't know California laws, you might get yourself in trouble, because if you're driving all the way down from Seattle,
Is California the worst?
I don't think so. I think maybe New York might be, or something. I can't remember. But California is known right now because that's the one I'm more familiar with. But your axle position actually matters. You know, if you're driving in California, you're basically 40 feet from the kingpin to the center of the rear axle cannot be longer than 40 feet, which is usually pretty much when your axles are all the way forward, nearly. All right, you got like maybe 1 foot or 2 feet maybe of adjustment, but depending on your trailer type. But if you but like Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Utah, Colorado, a bunch of other ones, you can have your axles anywhere you want. All right,
Texas is just let her rip. Like Texas, just like
I'm guessing
who knows?
Texas. Like I saw in Oklahoma when I was in Oklahoma, I saw that there was actually 2 full-size trailers. You could have one. It was a doubles trailer, but there were 2 53-foot trailers. I was like,
a road
holy
train?
crap. Basically, but they're 2 road trains are smaller trailers, but this was 2 53-foot trailers. It might have been 48-foot trailers, but I do believe, like, trying to maneuver that around town, you don't. Chances are they just want you to get from A to B.
It's going to be a long haul, isn't it?
You know, and then they're going to drop that off at the side of the road for other people to pick up at a drop yard.
I was going to say, what are you going to do if you're going
to
swap into a new state? You'd have to leave your trailer behind.
Yeah. Sorry, your little accent that you just put on right there kind of threw me off.
I went a bit
right there.
Bit far. I don't know.
You got a bit of farm going on there. Is that what happened? Yeah.
I don't know where it came from.
So yeah, you have an atlas. On your atlas, it does give you all this information.
So like on your actual proper map, it actually shows you, like.
Yeah, well, there's a section.
Wait, do the TomToms do it as well?
I don't know. I don't have a TomTom. I don't use it. I don't use a truck GPS, which is terrible form, by the way. I use Google Maps, but I'm not using it in the way that I'm clever about it, and I still use directions. Technically, you don't have a GPS.
That's pretty much what everyone says when they're stuck. I'm clever about it.
No, I use the directions that my company. Hold on, Tom. I use the directions that my company give me. My company gives me the.
I thought you were about to say
routing.
compass then.
They give me the freeways that they want you to use. So there we go. I have to use those freeways regardless of what my Google says. And 99% of the time, Google will say the same thing. And then I will get the directions to the customer, all right, which is handwritten by another driver, and then I'll use those, but I'll match them to Google Maps. All right, and I'm still following. I'm still following.
Yeah.
If Google
I'm
Maps
fully in agreement with what you're saying.
If Google Maps says something different, I'll keep it on that, but I'll make the turn where I'm supposed to, and then Google Maps would reroute until it does match up.
Yes,
I get that.
That's what I'm doing.
So I'm fully in agreement. I think because some drivers say, and one of the things, and again in the CPC course, one of the things that they said was people use Google Maps and that's terrible. Google Maps isn't terrible. Google Maps is one of the best at a lot of things. For instance, traffic. Google is unparalleled with traffic rerouting and trying to get you around stuff, but you also have to have something else to back Google up that allows you. So that could be local knowledge, that could be like having your actual proper map, or that could even be having a truck TomTom, because I used to use them in parallel. So I would have both my TomTom and my Google Maps, because I've often found that the TomTom would do wacky things and it'd be sending me out these fucking routes. And you're like, and I actually found that if you're going to like more rural places and some of the more off beaten track places, TomTom is one of the worst sat navs to use. If you go into like an RDC, TomTom can be very, 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 very good, because it'll take you there because there's no weight restrictions. But the second that there's famously the except for access signs. If there's ever an except for access, but it's kind of like what it'll do is they'll have like a bit of a weight gate or something like that. So yeah, no, I'm fully in agreement with you. Google Maps there's nothing wrong with using it, but you do have to have a secondary that you're willing to kind of keep your eye on and know and use a bit, and you have to use a bit of common sense of like, why is it taking me down here? Is this a good idea? And use that bit of common sense. Yeah, that's
Here's a situation that I was in. I was like 2 miles away from the customer, all right, but the directions were from the other side of the town. So they basically wanted me to I'd have to go 4 miles in the other direction, away from it, hop back on the freeway, go all the way around to another freeway, and basically it was like 45 minutes out of my way just to get to where the direction started. Or, because it was technically on the same road that I was on, but it was 2 miles down the road, a little bit. You know, I think it might have been some other turns, but So what I would do, I would get on Street Views, because he does a lot of overpasses, and you got to be careful with that. So I would get on I would just go over, I would follow it on the top of the map, and there we go. Okay, there's an overpass. Let's go ahead and get the Street View, see what the sign is. If there's no sign, then you're golden. And I would just, it was just one of those ones where you can do the route without physically doing it on the Street View. So I would do that if I was ever unsure. So having the Street View alone, it helps you figure out what kind of the turns that you're making. If you're making if you're making a hard turn, it kind of like, oh wow, definitely want to take that from the other lane when I make that turn, and make sure there's no traffic. That kind of stuff. There's just a lot of different ways that Google can do it. And yes, it's not technically truck, but you know what I mean. Everybody knows what I mean. I'm not trying. I've tried to give that advice before, but it's just kind of like it's just it's $300 or $400 for a bloody truck GPS. You know what I mean? It's just unnecessary. But there is apps on your phone that you can download too. That are
you can get the proper if you get the downloads for this is for anyone who doesn't know. But if you download the TomTom, just the regular, it looks like a car TomTom app on your phone. You can pay to have all the truck stuff put on there. And it's like a monthly subscription, but I think it's like 20 quid a month now or something, which is honestly, it's ridiculous. And considering how many fucking subscriptions everyone has, it feels like your life is subscription based.
Isn't
it? And the thing is, and they're all like, "Oh, this one's only $7.99. Oh, this one's this." And
unless you're
fully
a Patreon
understand.
and you get
I was
exactly
literally about to make a joke about the Patreon.
Oh yeah.
I was literally about to make a joke about the Patreon, but I don't know. I'm subscribed to a couple of Patreon things, which I absolutely love. I love doing like supporting. I like knowing that I'm supporting like creators who are kind of like doing something like that. But the ones that I kind of so the Xbox, I'm kind of like I'm on the fence about. They are putting the subscription up, but I do think it is worth it for what you actually get.
Get all your games in that, don't you?
You do, yeah. And you can just go and download whatever. So I do like that subscription service, but then also Sony does one for the PlayStation. Well, if you get that, that's then like
that's
20 plus pounds a month, and then as well as that, it's also doubled because Kale's got it as well. And also, my kids want the Xbox subscription as well, because of course they do. And
you know, we'll share it.
Well, no, I looked into a family subscription for it, and that'd be like 40 quid a month or something like that, which sucks. But anyways, and then you could share it, but then you couldn't play together, which is the whole point of it.
Right? Yeah, I'm with you.
That's the reason. Like, for a lot of the games that we actually play, we do stuff like that, and it does. That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But it is good. But then if you look at it, like you've got Netflix, which, let's be honest, what the fuck is on Netflix now?
I watch Netflix all the time.
You watch Netflix? What the fuck is on Netflix?
I can't remember.
But you watch American Netflix, which is different.
Barely. I can't remember exactly what I'm watching, but I Netflix is one of those.
It's real good though.
Yeah, I'm on Paramount Plus a lot because
I've got Paramount Plus.
I watch a show called Billions, and that's the show.
I watch
I'm
TikTok
watching
clips of Billions.
That's why.
I like the TikTok.
That's why I am watching it.
Because
really? I'm always like focusing on like, ooh, who is this bald chick? Oh, we can't call her a chick. It's a they. Okay, hold on. There we go. But it's just yeah. TikTok. I think anybody who's making money off of bootlegging videos on TikTok should be allowed, because they're actually making a lot of people switch to their shows. You know what I mean?
I know this is a name that's now not quite as media friendly as it once was, but Mr. Beast, he obviously once said like share my video, full permission. Well, he's in so much hot water, isn't he?
Is
God,
I don't know.
How have
I have
missed
no idea
any of this shit?
I don't know.
Was he like
P.
Diddy's friend or something?
No, but like apparently he's had paedophiles work for him and all sorts of stuff, and like he's defended them, and there's like the whole like a list of things, and then now there's
Has he known about it?
Yeah, like he's defended them, and there's like a bunch of other stuff. Like my kid, and God love him. I asked him, "Do you watch Mr. Beast?" And he goes, "No, I don't like the way he treats his employees." I'm like, "Fuck, you really are my child, aren't you? You are my child."
Oh, I did not know about any of this. Logan's just got into Mr. Beast. He loves him.
I think some of it's can be quite fun. But anyways, yeah, Mr. Beast, he was saying about like if you want to put my videos up on TikTok, do it. Because in a day it's advertising. And I think a lot of these TV shows now, because you don't hear anything about takedown notices from TV shows, and I think it's because they realise that
it's advertisement.
It's like really
It's free advertisement,
good.
Yeah.
It's not like they're putting like the full episodes up, but it does genuinely make you want to go and watch that TV show.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's more like little clips, isn't it? And you get drowned, like sucked into it. Yeah.
Oh fuck! If you've got Paramount Plus, have you watched Tulsa King?
Yeah, I watched this first season.
Oh, is
watch the second.
No.
Yeah, it was Sylvester Stallone, isn't it? The second
I've
season.
seen it advertised. Is it good? Is it?
It's
I enjoy it.
It's better than it's better than it deserves to be. And I don't know how it's as good as it is, because it should not be that good. It's a TV show with Sylvester Stallone, and like there's sometimes
he's
you're like
classic though.
He is, but there are some times where you're like, what the fuck did he just say? Was that English or was that just grunting? Like you do have to. There's a couple of times you have to have subtitles on. He's all right. I mean, there's some lines in there, and you're like, "Fuck, that's so fucking." Cool.
Do you watch every show with subtitles on?
I do a lot, yeah.
I do a lot.
My ADHD raddled mind cannot possibly watch a TV show without it.
We were watching a movie last night. Well, I was watching the tail end of a movie that my wife was watching, and she likes to watch stuff with.
Wait. Were you doing it dad style, where you stood there and she was like, "Do you want to sit down and watch it?" No, and you stand there for the whole thing.
I know it was a movie, but anyway, my point being. As in, like, I had no intention of watching it. It was one of her true crime stuff. It is the one with Anna Kendricks in it. I can't remember what it was called. I'm sure my wife will pop that up in a second. But she likes to be on her phone when she's watching a lot of stuff that has just dialogue, a lot of things. You know what I mean? That's fine. But I was watching it, and there was a part where he actually whispers something, where, as in, like, that only the subtitles could have picked up, kind of thing. As in, like, ooh, that was actually very important. What he said, and because she was like, "What did you just say?" As in, like, because he kind of said it under his breath, but loud enough to where she could have heard. But basically, it was him saying, as in, like, "and bash you in the head and kill you," you know. But he said it in, like, "bash you in the head and kill you." I'm like, what did you just say? Nothing, you know. But because she didn't pick up on it because she wasn't watching the screen. She was on her phone, listening, you know. So it was just that I caught it because I was watching the subtitles. Anyway, that's just another reason why you should put your phone down when you're watching shows. Okay, wife? You understand me? All right? Especially if it's a Marvel movie. If it's a fucking Marvel movie, you put down your phone and you watch every second of it. God damn it. Sorry.
Oh, the new
Agatha?
what's she's out this week?
Agatha.
I have been watching Agatha, and it is actually fire. Like, that is a genuinely good show. Agatha something. What is that?
Agatha All Along.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It is really, really good, and I am fully down for that.
Are you lost, Chloe? Do you know who we're talking about?
Last time I remember you were talking about Sylvester Stallone.
We were, yeah. We moved on.
We're on a total different network. We're on Disney.
We're Disney Plus
I'll
now.
truthfully say that my computer glitched out and I didn't hear half of it, so I was trying to go along with it, but I'm lost.
I
don't know what you're saying.
Okay. We were talking about Agatha All Along. She's the witch from
the witch one. Yes, I want to watch that. Is it good then?
It is very good.
It is very, very good.
Okay, I do want to watch that. Yeah, because the series, because she was in WandaVision. It was WandaVision, wasn't it? It
was WandaVision, yeah.
Yeah, and then she got put in something by the
She's naked. She's naked in the first episode.
She is, yeah.
Bonus. Ooh. Why is she naked?
What?
It explains it. I will say, just on the first episode, and if you haven't watched Agatha All Along, stick with it. Just stick with it, because that first episode, I was like, "Wow, the acting in this is shit. This is awful."
Sort of like What If episodes. Stick with it.
Stick with it.
Stick
Yes, you got to
with
watch
it.
them. They're
That's what you're
really good. They are very good. Have you not tried them again?
Oh, Venom. Venom's that's the thing that's out of the cinema.
Change the subject, dickhead.
No, it wasn't. No, that's where I was going before.
Okay.
And then David started talking about Agatha all along. But like,
what were we talking about?
Venom.
I know, but why were we talking about Venom? What
What
No,
about
so I
Venom?
was
The
talking
new
about the
one?
cinema, and then you started talking about. I said Marvel.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
The new Venom looks good.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
The new one does look good. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna
Sorry,
mention
there's a
another
kitten
film.
looking at me.
Oh.
He's got the devil inside him. Do you know when like he's like this wonderful creature, and he's so like he's perfect and beautiful, but occasionally a demon takes over, and he's like, I'm gonna destroy this place. I am gonna fuck shit up. And then he does, and things get broken, and he's on the curtains, and he's tearing through, and like he's ripped up the carpet in one room. How can something this big tear a carpet up? How?
Oh my God, there's totally a sexual innuendo right there. If you're just listening to this,
Well, actually, for those people who are listening
And don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yep. Carnage is
the fact that you
he's
said
breaking
carpet
himself.
was like, oh my God, that is too good.
Didn't even pick up on that. How is your puppy? Out of curiosity, talking about
Oh, okay. Hold on.
as we're just randomly diving from one
You know what?
subject
Let's.
to another.
I'll get into that in a second. I'm gonna go. I want to kind of. This is kind of a topic that kind of I wanted to. It was what you brought up earlier. All right, future Daves and past Daves and present Daves. You know what I mean?
Did you just tie
Oh,
this
no.
entire segment round together? Well,
You know what?
Sir.
I want to go
Well
back
done.
to it because I think this is actually a very good topic because I've actually we do this all the time. Like my wife last night said, like first of all, I got invited to go to Vegas in January for my buddy's birthday, and like I was like, you know what? Hold on, let's entertain the idea. Normally, if I ever get invited to anything right away, I'm like, no, fuck that, no, not happening. No, I ain't gonna. And then I started entertaining the idea, and I looked up the prices, and I'm like, actually, it's only going to be like $500 for 3 nights with the flight. I'm like, it's actually not bad. It's actually really good, you know, with the flight and the 3 nights in a nice hotel. But I was like, so I asked her, like, actually, you know what? Can I go? And like, you know what? Yeah, go. Future Krista will be pissed off, but present one is saying yes. So when it's the closer it gets to it, I'm sure I'll be annoyed and I'll be regretting saying yes. But you know, for right now, it's just funny how often I've done that. And like I've done this with the kids. I'm like, fuck it, let's have some kids. All right, let future Dave worry about that. That's exactly
That's
what I said.
tomorrow's problem. Yeah.
You know, I literally did that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's have a dog. Screw it. All right, we need a dog. All right, let's. And then when it comes to it, I'm like, God damn it, we got this dog way too early. Oh, it's just having the kids. Like, you know what? You know what the suckiest thing about having a dog is? It's having an 18-month-old. All right, he goes in and he's constantly emptying the dog water, constantly, and it is so. We can't relax. We can't because the dog needs to have its water. All right, it needs to have its water constantly. You know what I mean? Always available, and nobody can't do that because of the baby. He is so annoying. All right, when he's asleep, we can finally relax, and then of course we forget that the door's the door's open, and the first thing he goes in, he empties the dog food and he empties the bloody water all over the place, and it's But anyway, so it's just he's fine. He's mostly crate trained. He's not nipping it anymore, but he's. I do believe we should have got him a year later. Right now was not the best time. Desmond is constantly getting bit by him only because Desmond will jump on top of him and do wrestling moves on him, and while he's asleep, and then he'll run away and then he'll run after the dog, and he's rough houses with him constantly, but he's getting constantly bit. He's getting bit in his face, and it's just one of those things that we should have waited. We didn't know when the right time was. We just didn't know when the right. So we just said, let's just make this mistake.
But is it ever an actual right time? And at the end of the day,
that's kind of what it is.
A bit like with this guy. Yes, it's crap, right? Like when he's doing running up the curtains, and when he decides that that he's going to go around the back of the toilet to pee because we pee there. So why can't he pee there? That makes perfect sense. This is where he's
Train him to
peeing.
use the toilet, then. There you go.
Yeah, I think so. But like with stuff like that, I don't know. You just have to kind of get through it.
So
and then
what
snip
are
his balls off?
What are the ones that
right?
Where you made a huge decision for where you weren't 100% sure? Well, let's just, you know what, future Chloe can figure that out. Or future Tom, what are your situations? I know, Tom, you had your silly little course that you forced yourself to do because your present you said future you will figure that out. You know, but we all have these situations where we're like, oh God damn it, why?
It's always helping people. It's always helping people. It's always been like, no, what are you moving? Oh, I don't mind. I'll give you a hand. And then I wake up the next day and I'm like, why the fuck did I agree to this? Why did I agree to help you move? What?
Yeah.
Like, do it yourself. Yeah, go on, fuck off. Go on, get a van and do it you fucking self. I want to go to bed. I am tired this morning. I've been at work all week. Why did past me do this to me? You
I would
bastard?
prefer to pay somebody extra from a company to help someone else move instead of myself doing it. Does that make sense? And like, I'll totally do it. Well, I'll make sure that a person will be in my place.
Because technically you are still working to do that. It's just that the work that you're doing is work that you enjoy doing, so that's okay.
Like, I can get somebody on minimum wage to do this, all right? You know, while I do my other one, you know, but I don't know. I just find that I'm constantly doing it, where future David will have to worry about that. Because you a lot of times you're just trying to be nice, you know. It is, like you said, moving or giving someone a lift or whatever it is. It's just it's so far in the past that definitely with the kids though. I definitely think I let future Dave worry about that. I love my kids. I really do.
Is, you know, when you agree to do something, like even just going out for a meal or a drink or something, and you're like, yeah, I'm totally up for this. That'll be brilliant. And you get to the night and you're just like, no, I'm not down for this. Absolutely not down for this at all. And you're just like, oh, I'm really sick. I'm so sorry. And you just sit at home eating chocolate and watching a film. It's great. I feel bad, but I'm really bad.
I ended up in Ireland and England one time because I said yes. I agreed. Well, I was playing poker with a friend.
That's where you came from, innit?
What?
How the fuck did this story start off with poker? Go on.
No, I was playing poker and we were all drinking, and he said, "Hey, by the way, I'm going to the Gran Canary, on during Christmas. You want to come? Yeah, sure, I'll go. You know." It sounded great at the time, but then I sobered up the next morning, and I ended up buying the tickets the next day, and maybe was it that night? It was that night.
Oh, you paid for it, so you had to go.
I rerouted it though. Like, okay, instead of going to Canary Islands, I go to Ireland. But then I was like, oh shit. Then I ended up getting laid off. I'm like, oh, then I cancelled my plans to Gran Canaria. I'm like, yeah. So now I just ended up in Ireland, or something like that. Yeah, it was just because I said yes. Could I spurted it out? But it was just ridiculous because I think it was just, I don't know. I just remembered it was an impulse moment that was really
it was, but all three of us have now got the greatest outs you can possibly ever have.
I have to do a podcast, or we have
children.
Kids?
No,
yes.
The children. Oh, the children. God, do you?
This is true.
There is no love for a child like when you realize you can use them to get out of a situation. Oh no, my kid's sick. He's been sick.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's really bad. It's really bad. Yeah. Oh no!
Even though they're on the other end of the phone, you can hear him shouting in the background in the other room. Like, shut up, shut up.
Trust me, I would love to do it. I would love to, but these guys, you know, I'm sorry, you know.
Oh no, it's awful. Like, it's
a trump card. It's nobody can ever go like, fuck them. Just fuck your kids. Okay,
don't do that.
You know what I mean? Don't. You know what I mean? Why did you have to turn it that way? Everyone knew. Ugh, Jesus Christ, Tom, but you know what I mean. As in, like, I'm trying to use a different word. What other word would you say besides that? I was going to say screw your kids. No, you can't use that one either.
No, don't do that one either.
Sodom.
Yeah, Sodom.
But forget about your kids. You don't need your kids. Well, I respect someone who would say that. Would you believe? As in, like, good for you for saying that, because obviously he doesn't mean it. But I'm like, a lot of people go, like, "Oh yeah, no, I respect you
It's
for
that
putting your kids
I
forward."
can't find care for my
You know?
child. Well, just leave him at home. It'd be all right. Yeah, all right. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do that.
I love
then.
it.
Great
I
idea.
think that's a great answer to me, personally. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'll find a way to get it. I think I'll find a way to get someone to watch my kids. I like you. You're a good man or
Or
person.
what you should do, so you don't get invited to stuff, is turn up with your genuine sick child and say, I didn't want to cancel on you, but my child's sick and I got no babysitter. And then they'll never invite you ever again.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
See, I will say that's actually not specifically that example, but that is something that I as I've got later in life, I have realized is an incredibly powerful tool. I don't like saying no, especially to bosses.
Yeah.
What I found is if you kind of if you put it in a different way, and I was talking to Timo about this because it was talking about like his old work and like basically like the wanting him to come back and this and that and the other,
Yeah.
and like rather than saying like this, what you do is you put it in a thing of like, well, no, what you say is yes, but ... and you say, yeah, I can do that, but it does mean I'm going to have to do this, this, and this, or I'll do it, but I'll come back for double time. And that way they're telling you no. You're not saying no to them.
Yeah.
They're saying no to you. And that is a very different thing entirely, because I've not said no to you. I've not let you down. You let me down. And
that's awesome. Is that kind of like you want to break up with somebody, but you give them a reason to break up with you?
I don't know. I am the reason to break up with me.
I just feel like
I've just been given the most shocked look at the podcast. That makes sense. I promise you. My missus like staring at me like, what the fuck is he talking about?
So Wasson over in the chat says he ended up married with 3 kids when he said yes. He was like, yeah, fuck it.
Right.
Yes.
So what he's done there is he said yes to it, but he's not given enough points because he's been like, yeah, but we're going to have to get a new car. Well, that's great. We'll get a new car and we'll get married. That's superb. No. You should have said yes, but I am going to, we're going to have to move my granddad in. And he's getting really old. He has to live with us. So at that point there, what you've done is you've said yes, but it's something that she doesn't want. So she'll say no. So you've got yourself out of that situation there. See, you got to think about these things.
That situation at the time, though.
Oh, in which case, then great, yeah,
later,
superb, well done.
Later, he regretted it.
All of the emoji face that he put afterwards suggests otherwise.
Oh, wait, I just read a comment. So remember I was complaining about my wife watches her phone?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chloe.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. This is a comment that she's referring to.
What?
I'll stop being on my phone while watching TV when you stop watching it when I'm watching the children. So basically,
you've been called out.
I believe today shots were fired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are these children doing, David, when you're watching your phone?
And much like in Sea of Thieves, those shots landed, and it is bad news for you, my friends.
Yeah. No, I love it a bit. How many books have you read this week, by the way? Out of curiosity, my wife.
Books?
Yeah. How many multiple books?
She's
read 3 books this week. You know how long it takes to read a book?
What is that? Do they still make books?
They don't. It's on digital.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, right. That checks out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
that's
anyway,
a lot better.
yeah.
Insults
are our love language.
3 books she's read this week.
Yeah, 3 books.
That's pretty good.
That takes me a month to read a book. That's speed reading right there, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I struggle to read articles sometimes. My brain just I'll try, like, if an article's too long, or like if an article has too many adverts in between each thing, and there's like I have to scroll down like 5 fucking pages to get past the car advert to read the next
Mhm.
paragraph. I'm out at that point there. But again, Gemini has got your back on that because you can just get it to summarize the article for you.
And that's not bad.
Fucking great.
You know, I think I've only literally ever read one book ever. All right, the rest of them have been
What?
audiobooks. All right, so
Oh right,
but-
okay. So you've
so the one
done
book
other
I've
books.
actually ever read was I think it's called The Beginning of Life. It was a Red Dwarf's book, or I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it's called.
Red
Bigger Than
Dwarf
Life.
did a book.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a load of Red Dwarf books.
But it was
Is
like
it?
the
I
number.
did not know that.
I think it was like their main was. I do believe it's called Bigger Than Life. But anyway, it was just like I actually read that and I loved it because I already can picture everybody already. So it was easy to be visual. So because I already know what Lister looked like and what the other guys looked like, which I can't. Cat, Lister, Cat, Krang.
Come
Yeah.
on, there's 4 people.
Rimmer.
Well, 5 if you
Rimmer,
count Kachansky,
yeah.
but then no
Oh,
one likes
Kachansky.
that. Like shit, they like the original
What's the robot
Scottish
called?
Kachansky. Crichton.
Crichton. God damn it! I couldn't think of Crichton. All right, sorry.
Cat's my favorite.
Lister's mine.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Lister's always.
I just love
great.
Lister.
I fucking
But
love
how do
Lister.
you love to hate Rimmer? Like
Oh, I
you know,
like Rimmer.
there's something about Rimmer that is like he's a brilliant character. He's so great in
It's
so
when
many
you
ways.
meet a real life
that he's
Rimmer in
the
real
worst.
life.
I don't think I will ever laugh at a joke as much like as on a TV joke that was like with a proper setup and punchline as much as Blue Alert. Blue Alert, I think, is the absolute fucking pinnacle of comedy.
Can you remind people
will-
about that, please?
Right. The thing is, I can, but you
We all
really
know
need to
it
go
as
and watch
well.
it. Just search Red Dwarf Blue Alert. But basically,
Oh,
the
God.
like, kind of thing is something bad's happening, and Rimmer goes, "I want to go to Blue Alert." And there's after a small argument, they go to Blue Alert, and this little board behind them starts flashing blue. And then the situation escalates, and this missile's coming towards them. And then Rimmer goes, "I want to step up to Red Alert." And Crichton turns to me and goes, "Are you absolutely sure, sir? It does mean changing the bulb." I think that's just fucking perfect. It is perfect. It's perfect. And the thing
That's
is,
funny.
the thing that's great about it is, even though it's a sci-fi thing set in the future, stuff like that, that is a joke that only works in that time period.
Yeah.
Because obviously now you've got LEDs and shit like that. It is a
Yeah,
joke
yeah.
that only works at that time, and it is perfect. It's not unlike the who are the 2 guys that did the Blackberry Orange jokes? Do you know? Oh, fucking!
Go on.
I can't think what the bloody names are. It's bugging me now.
The
Are we still-
blackberry and orange jokes. Well, like the phones.
Are we still on Red Dwarf?
No, this is it's 2 Ronnies.
All right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So here's Only Fools and Horses one that made me laugh ridiculously loud. I can't remember. This scene is basically they're in the pub and something really great happens, and he was saying something. You know, the main, I think Del Boy is the main guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was saying something. He's leaning up against the bar, and then he stops leaning up against the bar for some reason, and then the bartender opens up the bar up high to where he can walk through it. And then I know he said something something like nobody's as cooler than me or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Oh,
and
and he
he'll try
leans on
leaning
it, yeah.
and then he leans on the bar and he just falls right down to the ground. And
I agree. I know what you're saying, but the two best jokes from that, obviously the chandelier. The chandelier
That's
is
a good one.
again.
I can't remember the chandelier. What's
fucking-
that one about?
It's
That was
fucking basically
hilarious. That's a newer one as well, wasn't it?
was that? I don't know. Basically, there's this they're having to take this chandelier down, and Grandad's upstairs unscrewing it, and they've got this big sheet
Yeah.
to catch the chandelier between the 2 things. And the setup for the joke is they're on 2 ladders.
Oh no, go ahead.
And like this chandelier is very, very heavy, and it's going to push them put towards each other. They're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
kind of
You
fall
think
down.
that's what's gonna happen, yeah.
That's the whole setup to the joke.
Yeah.
And it builds and it builds until this perfect crescendo where
Yeah.
the chandelier in the background falls, and they've holding the wrong one the whole time. It's fucking great. But obviously Trigger and like God bless his heart, like his brushes. Because that's something that's still like I think Trigger's brush is something that still gets brought up in builders' yards and places like that throughout
I
the
don't think
years.
I know that one.
Because it's fucking great. It's so good. It goes. This is my brush. I've had it for like 20 years. It's had 19 new heads and like 20 handles or something like that. Obviously, it's been changed over time, so it's not the same brush. But
it's not the same brush anymore.
yeah, it's fucking great. Fucking Trigger's brush is so good.
Brilliant. Oh no.
I love
And then
Trigger.
the Arnold Rimmer song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Rimmer. Is it that one?
No.
Oh, fucking.
Well, come on, we got to think. What
How
is
does
it?
it go? I know the one. I can picture it in my
I
head.
absolutely cannot sing that.
Oh, I've literally
There's
got it in my
one
head.
season
everything
of
that
it
rhymes
where
with
they're on
Rimmer?
Starbug, and it's
Arnold,
just
Arnold
perfect. That
Rimmer.
whole season's perfect.
Oh, I love that. It was so awesome. What did they?
Have
Little
you
puppets?
seen the new seasons of it?
I
Yes, the puppet,
literally,
Yeah,
I
they weren't
literally,
as good.
Yeah, I literally downloaded a BritBox. Or I'm a subscriber to BritBox now, just so I can watch the new Red Dwarf shows. That's like the sole
Is
reason.
it good?
I don't know. I'm working on it. Billions is kind of getting in the way. But God, what is that song? Okay, without him, life was much grimmer. Oh, but what is this? What's the sound like? Okay, sorry.
I genuinely can't think.
Oh,
Which
hell,
song are you on about now?
Okay.
Are you still on about the Rimmer one?
Oh,
Yeah.
the actual song
I've
itself.
got it here. Do you want me to play it?
Okay. Well, hold on.
Can we pump it in to the podcast, or should we do? Wait, are we just playing music on the podcast now? Is this what entertainment is? The problem is we've gone so far into our own little this is what we like. We like Red Dwarf. People who like Red Dwarf or who don't like it have just fully checked out at this point.
The Arnold J. Rimmer song. Thank you very much, Mr. Spock, for giving us that one. But
also, can I just point out how wrong this feels? Because I'm sat here talking about TV, and my beautiful fiance who sat next to me is sat playing Euro Truck Simulator.
so
and
it's
has been. She's fully up the arse of a caravan right now.
Push him off the road.
It is, honestly. She gets so aggressive with it.
You know,
she gets really aggressive with it.
what was it, Convoy that we used to?
Yeah.
See, what I used to when I would play against them, I had this little way that I could actually make my truck fly, and then I would drop it right in front of them while they were driving on the freeway.
Fuck, you didn't you? The amount of times the whole convoy would just scatter everywhere.
Timo hated when I was doing that. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I did it trying to be funny, but yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
Apologize, Timo. So, do we want to move on to a different thing? Do you have anything else that you want to talk about, Tom? Or are we going to jump into a segment that Tom likes to call?
Would I not lie to you? No.
Would I bullshit you?
Would I bullshit you? That's it. Yeah. Nailed it.
Fucking hell, Tom. David lined it up and everything. You fucked it right up.
I forgot. All right. Listen, how about get off my fucking back here? Jesus.
Before we start, hold on. I found someone yesterday that is actually way better at the game than me. My game.
What? Your game?
But my game.
How did you find them?
It was going to happen at some point.
I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't expect it to happen this thing. So I got to stop telling people that if anybody can beat me at this level, I'll give you money. So that is very possible right now. So I'm not going to be saying that anymore.
What? How?
No. You should absolutely do that as a TikTok thing, as a kind of a stream thing, and actually have you versus him, and have it where if he wins, if he beats you. And somehow stream it. If he beats you on do it say for instance have an afternoon stream, pay him $1,000 or something like that, and actually have it as a full afternoon stream where it all builds up and you actually have it. And if you won, I will come in and do commentary for it as well. So I will do. I don't know, just
what do you think I got $1,000?
All right, we'll get him involved and then. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Give
don't
him
know. Like
something.
he wins,
merch
he
or
wins
something.
something, like a $500 bet or something like that, or like I don't know, like some kind of
where's
amount
he
of
live?
money that actually even if
He
you
lives in
said to
Leeds.
him, oh, is it him? Like, well, I don't know.
No, it's not him. It's a different guy. There's another guy. There's two guys that live in Leeds. There's one.
Okay.
One is the moderator. We actually got two moderators living in Leeds now. Actually, he's never even backed up a trailer in his entire life. Never backed up a trailer in his entire life. He's a pilot, and he's he showed me a video.
He's fucking amazing at flying in reverse. It's crazy.
He showed me a video of him doing a really hard level. Like it's extremely hard, and then I noticed that I thought he showed me a video that was sped up, and then I looked at the clock. Oh my god, that's not sped up. That's him doing it. He's because he has it on
YouTube then, or
he does it. No, I think he does. He does those videos on TikTok, but he's a moderator now, and he watches my lives. So so I'm watching him doing it. I'm like, oh my god, how 38 seconds? How did he get that in 38 seconds? That's impossible. And like, I got nowhere near 38 seconds the first time I did it. But then I was like, okay, he actually has it on double speed. Basically, does it at the top left hand corner of the game. You can actually you can make it to where you can go twice as fast. And so he's doing that, but he's going flat out the entire time. I'm like, okay, so I started doing it, and like I finally got like 45 seconds. All right, let's try again. And then he just every time I got to his score, he actually I got 36 seconds now. Like, god damn it. Like, and the whole time he's doing it from his phone, touchscreen. He's doing it from his phone. I've got a bloody steering wheel, and then and I'm using my handheld controller. I was like, oh my god, this guy is.
Will
good.
that not be slowing you down?
Going double time?
No, using your steering wheel.
It does. So then I started using the controller, which is much quicker because I can go left to right instantly instead of the controller, the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Your PlayStation one, does that connect onto all games without problem?
Yeah, I just plug it into my PC. I literally just plug it in, it works. Otherwise, you have to like turn the Bluetooth on the controller, and it's just a headache. It's
See,
just easy to plug in.
So what are you
I
using
use an
streams and
Xbox
then
one,
redoing them?
which I prefer the. Okay, I'm sure as it's struggling because it's green.
Is it? I thought it was yellow.
What'd you say, Chloe?
So is he streaming stuff to TikTok as well? Then his own videos
No.
of it.
He's just a very big fan of the game. He's been playing the game for like
get him to do,
a year,
like,
year and a half.
You should get him to send the videos or something. You'll put them on, and then you can try and match it like live.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you actually had some kind of like competition,
even if he
thing.
doesn't want to be online, like live with you, you can use
So
his
I've done a
videos.
video last night, basically, I saw him do it. He showed me there on his phone.
Yeah.
Didn't take him very long to do it, but then I went ahead and I just recorded myself trying to do it. Like it was over 12 minutes long, and I'm every 5 seconds I'm restarting it because I keep crashing because I'm going too fast. So I'm like, and I'm commentating the entire time, going back, like, oh damn, I was so close. Why did I have to do it that way? Oh, okay, restart. Okay, let's try it this way.
What? And that was live stream, was it? I bet everyone loved it.
It wasn't
didn't they?
live stream, but I could do it. I could do that live stream. I've done stuff like that.
Yeah,
live
you
stream
should
as well.
do.
I will say, if you that level, whatever that level is, if you did a TikTok thing and said, this guy here has done it in this amount of time, I can do it in this. If you can do this faster, I will give you X and have it as like a thing. All you have to do is put it on TikTok with the hashtag this and then whatever it is, and then get people like to actually start posting up their high scores.
They'll start posting. You can share it and all sorts, can't you?
But like what you would do is do it so it is more of an achievable score. So like if you could technically do it in like 36 seconds, if you did it in 40 seconds, and then later you said, I've managed to get it down to this amount of time, and actually have it so people actually have to start kind of putting up like multiple things, and you kind of like basically you technically getting like multiple videos out on that same thing with like no work really.
Yeah, it's a true story.
I get you. Here's the you can actually watch it if you want to. If you go to
put it up into the Discord.
It's in the Discord right now, so you can check that out later. But
if you would like to see this video, then go to patreon.com/JATP, and you can pay us money and get this video, or you can just search it or go somewhere else for free.
What was that website again?
Why did I say it wrong? Patreon.com.
Oh, it is
/
Patreon. Okay, yeah, it is Patreon /JATP. You said it correctly. Did you say Patreon? I couldn't remember. Sorry.
Yeah. Patreon.com / JATP. That's the one that you can go to and subscribe, and you can come on the video on the thing and watch live. Like our other wonderful Patreon people,
Dudes.
like Timo and
Awesome.
I'm having an orgasm. Thank you for making me read that out again, you dick.
And don't forget my wife, Ball and Chain.
She definitely does not pay us money.
She does. The fact that she has to watch the kids all by herself right now, she is suffering somehow.
No, I didn't say suffering. I know she's suffering.
Suffering and paying is the same thing.
Money.
But all right, Tom. Let's do what I bullshit you. Sorry, I had to ramble on, but I thought we'd end up forgetting about it.
We were doing that. Let's have a look. I once sold a computer to Lewis Hamilton.
I don't know who that is.
He's a Formula 1
Is that
driver.
a famous person? Who is it?
Formula 1 driver.
Like very, very, very famous. Like
that sounds very okay. A Formula 1 driver, you knowing, sounds kind of familiar. Sounds very familiar.
That's it. Oh, is that not my story though? Where I did a painting or picture for a.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
All right, Mr.
Who did I do it for?
I've had this one stored. This is actually number 4 on my list, by the way. So
you sold
I've had this one stored. I sold a computer to him. Now, that bearing in mind, this is 15 years ago.
This is when you worked in the
that.
computer shop.
This is when I worked in the computer shop, and it's basically we had these computer systems called Rage, which are like these full gaming systems, and they were like very, very, very high power, and like we were kind of like starting to mark them out and shit like that.
So how did Lewis Hamilton happen?
Well, it didn't come in the shop. Like this was all over like email and shit like that, but it was. Like basically, it was one of the ones where we ship them out to someone, build it all up, get it up to spec.
Did he contact you directly, or did he get his posse to do it?
He contacted. He wasn't. I don't think then. I was aware of him at that point, but he wasn't as big. So a lot of these racing drivers they like iRacing is one of the ones that they're massively into, and that's what it was spec'd up for, was something called iRacing. Some people know it, some people won't. But it is like it's like full anal racing simulation. As anal as it gets.
He came to you because you got certain computers.
So we just had the specs, and we did like what's called SLI systems that kind of like have it all. So it basically it would run it at as high performance as possible.
How much did it cost him?
You're definitely cheating, David, by the way.
I'm not cheating, no. I just called it. I want to write it down so I give you my full concentration.
How much did it cost him?
It'll be clear $3,000. It will have been for that. That was box only. That was literally just the box. Yeah, that was just the box. That, and it was what would it have been like? It would have been 2 GTX like 77 or 770 Ti's, and they were like EVGA classified, fucking whole 9 yards. Like, nice.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, this could easily go either way. There's no shock value to it. I'm sorry, Tom. It's like you sold a computer.
Are you joking? I've had this one racked up. This is Lewis Hamilton, mate.
Yeah, that's some person who does something famous in racing. Okay, fair enough.
Are you joking me? This is Lewis fucking Hamilton.
The only time I've ever heard that name was like 4 minutes ago when you
He's in
said
Cars.
his name.
Like Disney Cars.
Is
that
he?
famous?
Which
yes,
one?
He is, yeah.
Who's he playing?
I'm trying to think now, but basically, I think he's in Cars 1, or it might be Cars. Oh no, he's not. He's in Cars 2. I think it is wherever they go to like Europe, and he's one of the cars that he goes to speak to. It's actually it's his voice. That's how fucking famous he is.
I thought they're in Japan. No, they're in Japan.
There's like 4 or 5 films now.
Which one that where he goes to Europe? Anyways, because he goes.
He doesn't go to Europe. He's playing against European.
This is there is because the Queen's in it, you dickhead. Trust me, I have had to watch a lot of this, and I actually my kids
that's the
had
third
that
one.
car.
That's the third one.
Oh fuck! I watched so
Isn't
much
it?
of that Cars. Mater.
No. The third one
Mater
is
can
where he's
absolutely
okay. Hold
fucking
on.
do
The third one is where he's racing up against an electric F1 car or an electric vehicle. But the Queen. Oh, did he end up in
that's
England
the
at one
fourth
point?
one, isn't it? Is there 4 or 3 now?
Oh, Jeremy Clarkson is in the original as what?
Yeah, he's in the original.
Yeah, no,
he's
he is.
the,
Yeah, he's the voice. Although,
Of who?
if
of
you
the guy that gets him work and stuff.
But he's only saying that because he's British. In the American version, he's not in it. In the American
someone else,
version,
isn't it?
it's a different person who does
Yeah,
it. And
it
I
is.
think
Someone who gets
I
him
think
work?
it might. I think it might be a talk show host. And
Is it like Jimmy Fallon or something?
I mean, it's
Who are
someone
you talking
like
about
that.
now?
Right.
Which character?
So in the first when he gets in the lorry in Mac,
This has gone so
and then
fucking-
it through the phone,
It's
whoever
his
it is talks
agent.
to him.
Jeremy
Agent,
Piven.
that's the word. Right.
No, Jeremy
okay,
Clarkson.
for us, it's
No.
Jeremy
Oh,
Clarkson.
is it Jeremy Piven for you?
Jeremy Piven is that guy. He plays
Right,
he plays
Okay.
his agent.
Right.
That's-
so
is
in
that
the
actually
UK,
Jeremy- It's Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, but
in the UK, it's Jeremy Clarkson.
way.
they
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that everywhere, though. You know Shrek.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know Shrek, the Ugly Sister. They do that as well, don't they? Over here, it's the lispy guy from the talk show. What's his name? Jonathan Ross. In America, it's someone completely different.
Interesting.
I'm trying to
I had
think-
no idea. That is so
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and there's other things as well. There's I can't think what it is, but I think it might be an Up, possibly. No, not Up. What's the one with the?
It's normally when they got a random extra character and they just bring someone in, don't they? That's like,
But
that voice.
it's not just that. They do change things for like local because they also did it for one of the other ones where there's like a kid eating something he doesn't like. I think it's what's the one where it's all about emotions.
Oh,
I'm trying to think what it's called.
I watched it earlier. Inside Out.
Inside Out, and I think there's a baby in it that's eating, or a kid that's eating something it doesn't like, whatever it's eating. So I think in Europe and America, that's a pepper, but in Japan, it's a broccoli because broccoli is that thing for kids.
You know
so
the
like
list?
they do kind of change stuff.
You know the list that Captain America has. That he's got this list that he's showing. Whatever the Falcon, whatever his name is. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Sam Winters, I
Yes.
think it is. All right, so he's got this list. He's got his handwritten, and he's writing down stuff that he's missed in the last 60 or 70 years, and that list is different everywhere in every country.
Is it really?
In America, it's got a bunch of American bands and proper restaurants and whatever it is, you know what I mean? But in England, it's a lot more focused on English stuff, and in Japan and everywhere. The list, I don't even know how many lists there actually is. So, and they can easily do that because that's the scene. Nothing's actually written out. Nothing's actually said. So they can easily
as
make
well,
that list.
they'll have actually done that intentionally so they can do that because like Disney's quite famous for doing stuff like this. But yeah, anyways, Jeremy Clarkson is in it. He's in Cars, but only the British one. But more
we're
importantly,
not talking about that.
Yeah, more importantly, Lewis
okay,
Hamilton
here's
is
my
actually
beef.
a big deal.
Here is my beef with your little lie. It's the same thing as in like I woke up this morning, the first thing I did is go to the toilet. Ooh, did I lie or did I tell the truth? You know what I mean? And like there's no way you know. You know what I mean? It's like it's something that could easily that could easily happen. It's something that can just my analogy
Are
might
you
not
joking?
Be exactly.
It's that this is a big deal.
Did you
mate.
okay?
This is
all right.
How have we never heard about it before, though?
I've been since we
we had Luke C on, who is obsessed with Formula One. That's when you would do it.
I already had it on my list by then, and so I couldn't use it. I did want to bring it up during that because obviously
he's obsessed. He loves Formula
he's
One.
obsessed with it.
would
And
have
he would have
been
been
sacrificed
well
that
down
topic.
for that.
You would have
No, 'cause we didn't do truth or lies on that.
Yes, we did.
I don't think we did.
We did with Luke C.
Did we? Oh well, either way, the number didn't get
we
picked.
did actually. Yeah.
Oh, either way, that number didn't get because I always ask what number today was this one. Either way, Lewis Hamilton is actually a big deal, and this is a big fucking deal.
Why? Okay, you never got to meet him, correct?
No,
did he
but
want
that's
it
not
for?
the point. For
Okay,
iRacing,
I'm
primarily.
not saying what the point is. Forget what the point. I just want yes or no answers, unless I ask for something else. Okay.
Okay.
Now, did he buy it for a specific reason? Were you chatting on the phone with him? What's
I
going on?
talked on the phone with him
Say,
briefly. Yeah, like
Okay.
Oh, you
And-
did speak to him briefly. Now you just said it was emails earlier.
It was mostly on email, but when there was because when he was getting, I remember that the new versions of graphics cards were coming out, and I was asking him, "Do you want to wait for like a few weeks until these new ones come out and you get them ones there?" But obviously the price would be different. So obviously, it's obviously going to be late and new.
So he's a multi-millionaire, correct?
Well, I know, but I can't just go on like in the day. I can't
Why
just
would he go to
suddenly
your
charge
small
someone.
little hole-in-the-wall shop for a
Yeah,
computer?
this is what I'm
Well,
questioning.
because they were custom built, they were custom built gaming
Yeah,
systems.
But you're not
needs
the
to-
only people that do that.
No,
Yeah,
but we were doing advertisements.
What
and
year
stuff
was
like
this?
That. In a date.
About 15 years ago,
It was about
right?
15
You
years
said?
ago, something like this.
I think it happened. It's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. Yeah, you emailed a famous person. Cool. Sorry, Tom.
I
Honestly,
Are we ready to go, are we?
I'm so deflated right now.
I reckon
I've waited on this one for so long.
I reckon it's false. But
So-
I reckon you did sell it to him, but you didn't speak to him or deal with him and didn't know you
No,
sold it
I don't.
to
I
him.
think that we don't do those loop outs anymore, and Tom knows that. He
Fine,
wouldn't
No,
have
we
done
don't.
those.
Yeah, we don't.
It's
do
out,
that.
it's
Look,
false.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's true. I think it's true because you make a good point earlier when we had Luke C in the HGV. You would have brought that up. You would have sacrificed that
Yeah.
one little lie to bring it up to make the show, and then you wouldn't have held on to that just so you can bring it up in
Bring
the
it up
future.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right.
False.
I'd love to know who I would compare that to. Maybe Tiger Woods. Maybe if Tiger Woods bought a computer just so he could play his new Tiger Woods
basically,
game.
yeah.
Probably,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Tiger Woods, yeah.
Like I got very excited one time. I actually got to swing with a club that Tiger Woods swung. That was very exciting for me.
That's very
You
cool.
know, and
So, what are you going to? Are you going true or false? I don't know. I can't remember.
I am going
False.
true.
Okay.
Okay, I'm only going to get 1 point.
Well, either way, I'm going to get 1 point. Doesn't really matter. It is a lie. It's a complete lie.
How did you come up with it then? I don't even know how
Yes.
you come up with lies sometimes. Jesus Christ.
Yes, you did play that really well. I doubted my question, my falseness. Then I thought, no, the only thing I think I'm going on is the Luke C fact. That was all I had.
No, we did do gaming systems. It was something that I tried to push at the time, but like they
was convincing
we
myself
sold
it was a
them
lie.
locally.
Why did I say true? I was
You did
convincing
say
myself.
true. You made it sound like you.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were
that-
gonna say
that-
false,
that's
but you
why-
still went. It's true.
Wait a
That's why.
second.
That's why I said to you, "Are you going true or lie?" Because I was like, I can't let him go any further. Let's just get this
Oh
done
my
before he talks
God.
himself out of it.
It was well played. It was good. It was very well
Oh.
played.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
All right, I'll go next.
Okay.
All right. I once had a run-in with a real gangster,
Okay.
a mob
Okay,
gangster,
what?
a
Like a
mob
famous
gangster.
gangster, or
His family's famous, or his uncle, or his uncle was.
how did you have this run in?
I was in Vegas, and
Okay.
and I was at a nightclub, and there was 2 floors, and the bottom floor had nobody in it except for one dude and a bunch of bodyguards, and I'm like, fucking velvet rope, I can walk over that. So I walked down. I didn't go over to him. I just wanted a better view because he had a better view than we did, and I just.
But there's no one down there.
There was one person down there with a bunch of bodyguards.
But they let you go over the rope.
No, they didn't let me. I didn't ask.
How did you not get like tackled the fuck down?
Yes.
Because in the films they just get tackled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd be
I was-
dead by now.
I was drunk enough. I didn't care. I just didn't think, But so I just went down. I just I wanted to get a better view, so I went down there.
Who were
And,
you with?
Myself. Oh, technically I was by myself, but I think my friends were on their way over or something. But yeah.
And
you
what
wanna-
happened?
Do you want to know who this mobster is? Not
Yes,
mobster.
we do.
Yeah.
So, but Al Capone's nephew. And
Okay. How do you
who Al
know it was
Capone
him?
is?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. One of his crew came over to me and said, hey, what's going on? Hey, nothing much. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting a better view. As in like, yeah. And like, you can't do that. How did you get down here? And like, I just went over that rope over there. Yeah, the velvet rope over here in Vegas is something you never cross. I'm like, nobody told me that. I mean, I'm just playing a dumb card. I always feel like I can get away with a lot of shit with an Irish accent. I really do.
That
Honest
is
to
true.
God.
I think most of the story is bullshit, that part is so very true.
And he told me, as in like, do you know who that is over there? Haven't a clue. I have no idea. I just saw a bunch of people down there. I'm like, hey, if they can be down here, I want to be down here. Well, that's blah 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 Capone, and like, that's I'm like, I know that name. How do I know that name? And like, he was like, Capone. Oh shit!
For a bodyguard,
right.
This guy is letting a lot of conversation
Oh,
go
very good.
through.
Yeah.
So
I
no,
was
it wasn't.
thinking that.
And it was just he was like, yeah, can you head back up now, please, and don't cross the velvet ropes anymore. This is your last chance. I'm like, okay. I went back up. And there we go.
What? Why did he have bodyguards though?
His family's very famous, and
Is it not a massive
What, like mobster
security
bodyguards, or
excuse me.
were they like in like mobsters suits?
Yeah, the mobster suits.
So they weren't like in like
it wasn't-
security guard suits.
It was they're all wearing suits, and he was literally just other guy in a grey suit. Was
Right,
just,
so he's not a professional gangster. He's a gangster. He's not a professional security man, basically.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, this
I-
thing, yeah.
I have a lot of experience with what he's talking about here. I have played enough Hitman to know, and I've played a lot of Hitman, and I know that's not how this shit goes. What happens is, the second you go into that area, the little meter that shows that someone's detecting you goes up real quickly. The little exclamation marks go over, and then they start coming for you. There is no nice conversation. That's not how this shit goes. For those people who have played Hitman, there's some nice little eggs in there.
Okay, so how
Why was he?
did they?
Only one guy came over to you, so all of the others were standing. Like, what were they doing? Just standing around. And like,
Yeah,
and Al Capone was just at a club
not Al Capone,
by
his nephew.
himself.
I don't know what his
so
name was.
His nephew. So Bob Capone, we'll
Sure.
call him.
Yeah.
was sat just by himself at a club, just surrounded by bodyguards, and somehow they let you into the VIP area.
They didn't
because
let
no
me
one
in.
was standing guard.
Now,
And
And
then
he
as you went
didn't have
over
a
there,
chick or anything?
one
He didn't
guy
have-
came over to you and was just like casually, "Hey, by the way, the person that I'm protecting, that's his exact name, and he sat just there. So I've now just ID'd the person I'm protecting, and yeah, so like you can't.
Yeah,
be
you could have
here."
been a professional
but-
Capone killer, and they
Oh
didn't know
yeah, I
it.
could have. It definitely didn't look it.
And he's just ID'd the target. You don't have to. You don't even have to.
But
You don't even have to press. You don't even have to press tab to bring up the thing and see the picture and be like, "Oh yeah, that's the guy there. That's definitely him."
By the way, when I said it was 2 levels, these were outside levels in Vegas, overlooking the Strip. All right, and
So was this the easy level then? If you just walked in,
yeah, meaning I'm just kind of painting a better view for you. As in, like, this wasn't inside.
I was going with the game joke. Like the easy level. You just walk in.
Oh,
and-
I hear you.
The thing is, Chloe.
whatever. I'm not funny.
The thing
whatever.
is, Chloe, I just don't see this person as being very famous, and I'm just not that impressed. It's like saying that I got up and had a crap in the morning, and
Yeah, no, I
Touche.
hear you. Well done, Tom. Well done.
I was quite happy with that actually.
Yeah, I bet you were. I regret
Okay,
it after I said it.
I think I'm ready to make a decision here.
Oh, I am. So am I.
Go on.
This is so bullshit. I feel like
This
I'm
is
covered in it.
100%
I'm lathered.
bullshit.
I am lathered in bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong. This could go horribly
It
wrong for the
genuinely-
pair of us.
Yeah, it genuinely could be true though, because I think this
And-
is what an Irishman would randomly do and get away with it.
Yeah, there is still that percentage of
Yeah.
but it's
I think if you were just an
David.
American,
So
they'd
this
have gone,
could
"Oi,"
have
and they would
actually
have
happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah. I think, yeah, no, I'm going false. Bullshit. It's got to be.
It has to be. Please, for the love of fuck, let it be bullshit. But again, that David factor, that's always there. And that it is like, it could just throw a spanner in the works. Who knows? Who fucking knows?
It's true.
No.
I was very drunk. I was very confident. I just looked over. I saw the velvet rope, and I just started walking down the steps. And like again, he had a better view than I did up in the top floor because he was able to look down a little more. And I just went
Honestly,
over.
I
went over to the railing, looked down,
done.
I was like, you know. And then the guy came over to me. Yeah, everything I said was 100% true. He said that, by the way, this is blah blah blah, Capone's nephew. I'm like, oh really? Oh, actually, you know what I said too? I said, hey, can I meet him? And he was like, no, you cannot meet him. And like, you need to go back up. You know what I mean? As in, like, this is blah blah blah. It was like, yeah, I forgot I asked him if I could meet him.
Real life's not like Hitman.
No, real life isn't like
What
Hitman.
the
I'm so sorry.
fuck?
Now,
I genuinely cannot believe that shit.
presuming-
I'm so angry.
I didn't Google his face or anything because I didn't have a smartphone back then. All I had was a flip phone. But again, I was just going by what the guy said. But literally, when I looked down, I was like, why the fuck are we all crammed up here? And there's a bunch of guys down there. One guy in a grey suit, you know, and a bunch of people in suits next to him. You know, I was like, fuck this, I'm heading down. What's the worst that could happen? Literally, that's basically what I said. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Worst case,
the worst that can happen?
I'll get kicked out. And I didn't expect that maybe getting thrown over the side of the rail was an option too. But you know, he just asked me to go back upstairs and never cross the velvet rope in Vegas again. Yeah.
Wow, that could have gone so differently.
It could have.
Honestly.
That's like a setup for a movie where the Irishman just steps over the rope and then he invites you go over for a drink and then you have on a massive rampaging night where
this
they go
sounds like
killing
it sounds
spree.
like the machine. It sounds like the beginning of like the Hangover 5
comedy
or
or
something like
yeah,
that.
that's exactly what it sounds like. Wow.
Oh, the stupid things that I've done when I'm drunk. Seriously, I shouldn't be allowed.
Honestly, that's broken me. I can't believe that was true. I'm so angry with myself. I'm
Honestly,
so angry. I was
curious. I thought
convinced.
I told you. I thought I told you about this before.
You have never
Do you know
told
what?
me this.
Something in my head. I remember like you mentioning something, but I thought it could have been another like fact or lie thing, and I was just like, I don't know if this is true. I can't think. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe you're still friends with them and you are part of it now.
Maybe. Yeah, that'll be a different episode.
That's another truth or lie. All right.
Yeah.
Is it
Chloe,
my turn,
let's
is
go.
it? Okay, can I just point out this is on the whim, so it might be a little bit rubbish.
Right.
It doesn't sound certainly after your two stories, the mobster one. It's not as good as that. Definitely not.
I feel like
feel like I'm
so
gonna
I've
let
sat on that for quite a while. That one.
Okay, a little kid, little bitch, nicked my lip sole. I was really pissed off.
What you nicked your what?
My lip sole.
Okay, that's
What the fuck's that?
sole.
what
Stuff you
is
put on your lips when you got
makeup.
chapped lips. Chapstick.
Chapstick.
Lip balm.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So kid
was
nicks your
really pissed
lipstick,
off.
your lip balm.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
How? Like where? How did they do it? How did they nick it?
So I was at this event with my truck, right?
Sorry, I'm just guessing that this setup to it is just going to be absolutely huge thing
Yeah.
altogether with trucks and people and
I
sorry,
was
and
really pissed off. All right.
Okay.
It was
All right.
huge.
This is the part that
Truck,
she's
there's a lot of
focusing
kids.
on.
Right. So I had this event for these kids that they would get, they just want to look at a truck and get in it. They were looking at tractors and other things as well. But I had to take my truck there. And I just, that time of year where you start getting chapped lips.
Just very quickly, David. I hope that this ends with her backhanding this kid. I hope that this ends with her backhanding this
Well,
kid.
we all hope
and the
that.
kid being on the floor bleeding. That just would make me so
obviously,
happy.
we hope that. You're not supposed to say it out loud, but okay,
So-
fair enough.
Okay.
We're all thinking the same thing.
So I bought myself chapstick like the day before, right? Brand new chapstick.
Brand
good
new.
one as well. I've never used it.
One
I was really
$1.99.
excited by this.
Beeswax.
It was,
What are we
it was
going on
actually
here?
£3. This one. This was a bit
Jesus
more
Christ.
expensive.
£3.
I had paid a little bit of money for this one because it was a good one.
Have you
Alright.
ever finished chapstick?
No, because some little shit nicked it. So these kids are getting in and out of my truck. All right, okay. Granted, maybe I should have put it away or put it in my pocket. All right, I'll take
Well, no,
the
don't
little-
nick things from someone's truck.
But don't, yeah,
Why not?
exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So these kids were getting in and out, and what I'd done is for like easy access is we had like straw bales, So I put a pile of straw bales up, like both sides, so that the kids can get in one side, climb over, and get out again after like sitting in the passenger, sitting in the driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, ease of access. And I was on one side, and the teachers were on the other side, letting them in, and I was like helping them get out. And anyway, this little girl, she's obviously sat in the, she's enjoyed her time in the lorry. She goes to get out, and I see in her hand my chapstick. And I think for a second, hang on a minute, that's mine. That's my chapstick.
And
she goes to get out. And I don't want to cause a scene and like blame her in case it's not, because it might not be, because kids get chap tips too.
No, they don't.
And what I did was I might have accidentally made a trip off the straw bales.
Awesome.
So I was helping him down.
This is going to end in a child being bloody. I love this story. This is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I love this story. It's fucking great. Don't care if it's true or not.
I might have
love it.
pretended that she missed the straw bale, but really my foot was in the way.
And this is before you even had the proof that it was yours.
Might not be mine. I might be nicking a chapstick from a kid. But I was dedicated at this point. So anyway, I helped this little girl up. And, obviously she holds my hand to help, I think she's a bit startled and crying. So I take this chapstick and put it in my pocket without anyone noticing.
Oh, my God.
And then give the kid back to the teacher. That's it. No scene is caused. No one thinks I've nicked chapstick or she's nicked chapstick. All's good.
Is the lie that she stole it, or is the lie that you stole it back off her? Like, or is the whole thing?
Genuinely, if Chloe got back in the cab and the chapstick was there, that would just make this story. Oh, that's where this story is going.
Anyway, so I didn't need to go in the cab. I thought that was it. I thought it was all over. And then, at the end of the day comes along, and I get in the truck, and I think, that little bitch. Can't believe that little bitch tried to nick my chapstick. It's in my little cubby hole next to me.
Oh my God.
Brand new chapstick. Unopened. And I think, oh no. Pull out this horrible chapstick that I've not looked at. This horrible little chapstick. And it was all gross and mushy inside. And I was like, ugh, throwing that in the bin.
Oh my God.
So why wasn't the beginning of this? I stole. In fact,
yes,
why
indeed.
wasn't the beginning of this that?
So she could control the narrative.
Because
she wanted
you would have gone. Whoa! No, you would have gone in negatively with my whole facts or false or whatever it wants to be. All right. You would have gone in going, that bitch. I can't believe she did this to a poor child.
I wouldn't think that. I'd love you more.
What a great story, regardless. This
is a roller coaster. I feel like we need to have a break and just have like 5 minutes.
Here is why I think she's lying. All right, and it's not. The reason is not because of the story. I think it's because it's such a good story. It's such a great Chloe situation that we would have heard it before.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Perfect.
This would definitely.
But David. Let's be honest. Me and you have shown ourselves to maybe potentially not have the best memory on some things, and there has been a couple of stories which have been wild from Chloe, and at the end of it she's like, yeah, I've told this story like 5 times and you just haven't listened. And
this is true.
Not only were we fully put back in our place, but we also lost the game as well.
But here's the thing. Okay, let's just pretend obviously it's a fake story, okay? Because you're a very good storyteller, blah blah blah. Okay, but that's not my answer.
Well,
but
you're very sure of that.
But let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and ask her questions like we should be asking questions. Okay, you got to answer really quickly. All right, what color was the kid's hair? Oh, she's got to think about it. Oh, she's paused.
No, I think she's fully gone.
I believe she's fully gone.
I think we've
completely lost her. She didn't want to answer that question, so she hung up.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow, did she just hang? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
She didn't. She couldn't think of. She couldn't think of a color of hair. She was like, polka dot. No.
That's some that's some Trump levels of getting out of what's going on. By the way, what is in the background of your picture? What is that?
Because the day this episode was released is because it's going to be Candy Day.
What's Candy Day?
International Candy Day. Candy is sweets. Gummy worms.
Sweets, you dickhead.
Well, okay. Well, it's called fecking candy over here in America. And I'm American now at this point now, aren't I? Wow, that was perfect. That was. Tom picks up a kitten, and it just meows right away. You swear that was a bloody media that I would have just pushed right there, but that was pretty up. Meow. All right, we have Chloe
Hello.
back in the house. So the question that I was asking
was the suspense real then? Sorry.
it was very.
It was really good.
So we figured that you couldn't think of any color hair ever. So what was the color of the kid's hair?
Blonde.
Blonde. So you just happen to be looking at yourself.
How
while
long
you were
ago was
saying
this?
And that was
Last year.
doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
It's
Wait,
fairly
this is
recent,
last
so I remember.
year.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a story because I would have laughed about this far too much because the idea of
Yeah, that's what I'm
really
saying.
funny.
That's why I know it's bullshit. That's why I know it's bullshit. And the thing is, when she started,
Oh.
well, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. So when she was coming off, was she doing 3 points of contact?
No.
When she was coming,
Because they were getting out on hay bales.
What fucking question is that, David?
A
How
question
is
that
that
wasn't
going to
In all
help us here?
fairness, right? He's got a point because I was trying to get the kids to do the 3 points of contact and get out the lorry properly, but it was too dramatic. So I just get out. It's fine. I'll just help him out.
you know how a good lie, they always add a little more detail that needs to be added. And
Yeah.
this is why I'm like, Chloe, you're just not a
Or-
great liar.
I've just got a
She is.
picturesque memory.
But the thing is, though, she has absolutely.
I know she has.
proven
I'm
us
just
wrong
do. What I'm trying to
many
do is
occasions.
get something out of here, right? You don't be like,
You're
you know,
right,
just-
you're trying to go
You,
for a
you can't
reaction.
trip me up, David.
yes, everything I'm
too
saying.
good.
Obviously, I already have an answer. I'm just trying to like confirm it with all these ridiculous questions that don't mean shit. All right. So anyway, what else? Got other questions, Kev? Where was it?
It was West Point.
What's that? Is that a made up word?
No, it's a place where they do events and stuff just down the road from us.
Okay. All right.
Funnily enough,
So-
where Vosa was the other day.
So here's the thing, Tom. This didn't come out of nowhere, this story. All right. Something similar. She was at this particular place. Kids were getting in and out.
Mhm.
And she did see that kid with chapstick. And then she confirmed that it wasn't hers. And it wasn't a great story. But she embellished a little bit, thinking of the what if. Here's the thing. What ifs are really good.
What
All
ifs
right?
are very
If there
good,
was
but
ever a show out there that had something where like, hey, what if this happened? Or what if this happened? That would be a really good watch. If there was a show out there that was maybe called What If, and that way it was like a different scenario of what actually happened in the thing. But
that is a good series. Actually, now you bring up that, David, maybe Tom should watch it. You know?
Oh shit, it is. It's on Disney
yeah,
Plus.
it's really good.
Oh
yeah.
my god, that's right. I totally forgot. It's so good that it just bleeds into my life now at this point.
I
where-
know,
yeah,
right?
okay.
See, I get what you're saying, David, but whenever, like, whatever you say, I still have like PTSD flashbacks off the Ukraine one that she did, and she led us down that whole thing. And
What was my Ukraine one? I can't remember.
Just the
Yeah.
where you went to fucking Ukraine.
Oh,
we
the
were like-
prison one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
that
that
was
one.
a true story.
Yeah, I'm fully aware that was a true story
Yeah.
because me and David were fully on this being
Yeah.
bullshit, and
Yeah.
it was so.
That was good.
And this
on
is
that
this is on the same
Painfully
level.
true.
This is on the same level.
Or my
You know what I
live
mean?
ones where
Her
it was the
stealing-
Barbie ones.
Her
That was good.
stealing chapstick from a kid is just as bad as her going to prison in Ukraine.
You know, I think this is true, and the reason why I think this is true, and I hope I've seen a pattern here with Chloe, because what she likes to do with the true ones that go fucking wild is she likes to downplay it at the beginning of it, and then this story just gets more
and there's
and more
always
out
a
of
story.
control.
It's always a huge story.
And it starts off something mundane. As an example, like a girl stole like chapstick off me, and you're like, oh well, that's a shit story. That's shit. It's got to be shit. And then it just gets more and more out of control. Like, say for instance, like again, classically the Ukraine one. This is like up there with like
was a great
you know
story,
one
that
of
one.
them ones. And again, I'm pretty sure that started off with something. It sounded mundane. Like I'm sure it started off with went for a walk in my pajamas, and that was the
it
beginning
did.
of it.
It
And then it
genuinely
ended. I'm
did.
sure it did. And it ended with her going to Ukraine, and me and you were sat here like absolute knobheads.
That's right. Now remember,
going,
because she volunteered.
Yeah,
Her and her buddy
and
decided that
it
they
got
go.
wilder and wilder
my
as it went
God.
on. This is, I think this is how we know that she's full of shit. Oh no, she's not. She's trying to trick us. This is a trick. I think this is true. It's true. I'm going with true.
False.
Okay. Oh.
I'm saying false because I'm guaranteed to win if I say false.
Are you?
Because I tricked you both. You know, I'm kidding. That's
Yeah,
not
you
true.
did,
Oh, you did.
No,
Yes,
there is no
interesting.
winning and losing here. Everyone's a winner or loser. Or everyone's a winner as long as they're entertained by our frantic actions and shit. But anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it's false because
You think it's false?
yeah, Tom thinks it's true.
It's true.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
It's false.
Oh,
I was like, for a second, I was like, wait, which one did I choose again? I'm like, I'm gonna wait for Tom's reaction before I go like, woohoo!
It is false.
So
It's based on a place and something did happen, but nothing like that. That was more exciting.
what gave you the idea of this story? God, our stories are
This
very
was on a
good, though.
whim, by the way. Well, to be fair, I was
So
at
you're
this
saying
event.
you weren't paying attention to us talking?
What, when you were doing? No, I just rambled on. I just went with it.
she just
Oh
phases
wow,
out.
she's good.
Oh wow! So this was just you were spitballing this the whole way through.
I was here at this event, yeah, and there was kids getting in and out of my truck, right?
Yeah, as I
The
said.
one bit that is true, okay, is this little shit genuinely did nick my lip sole.
Oh,
She genuinely nicked it. And do you
but
know
the
what?
after part.
Do you know
So
what
the story was
really-
all true and then false. So
Wait,
I feel
do
like
you know
it's a true.
Do you know
Wait,
what
no, so
really?
I won then because the beginning part was a child stole my chapstick,
Oh.
and I guess true to that. So technically,
Oh.
You know,
technically,
there was story to it.
No. It is. This
I
is
think
the
what you're
truth or
forgetting here
lie.
is off a whim. I came
no,
up with a really
I
cool
have won on a
story.
no, shut
No.
the fuck up. I have won on a
You gotta shut the
technicality
fuck
here.
up too.
Yeah,
Chloe, I'm
the
sorry.
original thing that was said, is a child stole my chapstick. Did a child steal your chapstick?
Yes or
Yeah,
no?
the little shit did.
Right. So I won. David
But you know what
lost.
happened, though?
I won. Don't care. I won.
Do you know what I'm really annoyed about?
That you got called out.
No. The fact that, right, I saw this little girl getting out, and I just bought this brand new, like, it really annoyed me. I bought this brand new chapstick. I was really excited about it because it was really nice. Okay?
Apparently, it
My
was an
lips were
entire
really
story.
sore and it was really good. I saw this little girl get out and she kind of looked at me and I saw it in her hand as she got out. And I went, oh, that's
Was
really
she
cool.
a
It must be a
chav?
really good brand because she's got one too. And she walked off with my chapstick and I got in at the end of the day and went,
And this is where the rest of it came from because this is what she actually wanted to do. So
Yeah.
what we're actually learning here is
What if?
secretly,
Literally,
Chloe
what
wanted
if?
to hurt a child for stealing her chapstick.
I genuinely, right, I'm so glad my windows were up because all the kids had gone. I had no idea which kid it was. I just literally went, that little fucking shit. And I went, oh, fuck, I'm still here. Fucking hell. I was so pissed off, though.
What I want is, because this is clearly in dispute here, I want in Discord and I want in the YouTube comments, let us know who you think won this here. Was it David, supposedly, who won
It
on
was
some
David.
bullshit thing? Or
didn't win,
by the
Tom.
actual technicalities of
No,
what you
there
fucking
was no
said? Of what
technicalities.
you fucking
No,
said.
the
at the
story's
beginning.
different to
no,
the
no, no,
facts.
no,
Yeah.
because, right, say for instance, if David...
If I had just come
was-
along and told the story, you'd gone, oh, this is bullshit. This is true. Great.
No,
that's
because
fun.
you said...
Yeah.
No, the whole point
Well
is...
done, Chloe.
the
Good
beginning of
story.
it,
Right.
Right, no. The point of the
Sounds
game
just
is
like
you
Tom.
say...
I know,
What?
right?
It's like
This is
wow,
some
it's like
fucking bullshit,
uncanny,
right?
uncanny impression of Tom.
Right. Shut the fuck
I'm not
up.
as good as you, Chloe, but you know.
That's exactly what
At
he's
the
doing right
beginning,
now.
you say you say what the truth or lie is, and you give a statement. That is what the game is. Is this part true or is this part a lie? A
Halfway
child
through, I changed my
stole
statement,
your
technically.
That's not how the game
What
works.
a twist!
That's
But
not how
what
this game works.
You went on a different story, all right? What's true and false is completely different to what happened.
I'm not saying I didn't like the story. I love the story. Child gets hurt. That was great. That was a really nice part.
Tom,
Okay,
you
I'm going to
lost.
shut you up. I'm going to shut both of you up for 1 second. All right, I'm going to give you the facts about the situation. First of all, if you're telling something that's true, you can't lie.
It wasn't true
right.
though.
Oh,
It was a different
but
story.
it was. No, when you
Don't
started
start
this,
ganging up on me.
I'm just saying. Hold on. I'm just saying. It's either everything has to be a lie, or nothing is a lie. You know what I mean? Everything. You can't just. You can't tell the truth, and then it being a lie. You know what I mean? As in, like, so it's just one of those things. So basically, it's voided. All right. So you got to do it again.
What? It's void. What? I've got to do another one.
Yep. You got to do another one.
Well, no. I think this should be a disqualification of this one.
Or disqualified. Voided. It's voided. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Yeah, it's because she lied and she told the truth. You know what I mean? I know you can do a little bit of that anyway, but as in, like, it was just I just personally think that's the case. But and also the little girl took a shit in your seat as well. You could have added that as well.
Tell you what, right? How about this? Because this is clearly something that is a contentious point. We're not at. I think this should go to the YouTube comments. YouTube comments. What do you think that the results of this one should be? Should this be a void? Did I win or did David win? They're your three options.
Well, here's the
whole thing.
I won regardless.
Yeah, but no one cares about you, so it's all good.
All right. Did I win this particular point, or did Tom win this point? Not regardless.
Well, would you
of
both
who
like
won
the points
all
if you don't believe in my story?
Well, I believe there's a story. You know, but most of it is true, and most half of it is false. Whatever, half and half is true and false. But anyway, it's just you know.
Yeah,
but
let's put it to the comments.
All right,
What do you
so
think
if
we
you're
should
listening
do?
to this, stop listening and jump straight over to YouTube at youtube.com/@ what is it? Go to Just Another Trucking Podcast and put a comment in there. Because
Absolutely, and if you're a Patreon, let's hear this in the fucking chat. I want to see what's going on. Right. On that note, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not supposed, as soon as you say on that note,
Yeah,
we
just
shut
do
up.
it, Tom.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
'cause,
right.
you know.
On that
Christ.
note, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, then you have missed all of this, and you do not know that I am the rightful winner of that last segment.
No, you do not know that I did a really good story, and you're just, kicking off that you got it wrong. Just accept you failed.
And we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Podcast manager and editor is David. Thank you very much, sir. Host this week. Yeah, I always try. Host this week are both myself, David, and Chloe. Thank you to all of us. I don't normally thank us. It's very weird.
Thank you,
isn't it?
Tom.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I do the bare minimum.
Bare minimum? Yeah, I suppose you do, don't you?
Wow, harsh, but fair. If you would like to support this podcast, you can go to patreon.com/JATP, like our beautiful supporters. We have two different tiers. We've got the mega supporters, who we love very, very much. We love you all. Some of you slightly less. And some of our mega supporters are, fuck me, what is this name? First of all? Ice Swallow Cum. God damn it, I hate you for having to make me read this out. I'm having an orgasm. Jack Goodwin, John Brown, Justin Reaney, Phil Starkey, Eshmyd, Skip Dude, Stephen Patterson, Timo, Trucker Nozzer. You guys are all absolute legends. We also have our next tier down, the tier 3.
The ones that we only like half as much.
Yeah, the ones that you like will have half as much. Got Big Mike, Gavin Williams, Neil Rees, and Danny Flynn for Wanking Master.
Well, here's the thing. We love him even less than the other guys, because he only pays
about
$4.
$1 less, actually.
Yeah. So Danny Flynn, the Wanking Master, gets all the love at the end with the least amount of money.
Yeah. But you guys are absolute superstars. Thank you very much. You can also go onto social media. Go to TikTok and Instagram and other places that you can find us. So go to Google and just type in Just Another Trucking Podcast. And
you can also,
I
because I feel like I should be plugging my own stuff. You know,
yeah, do that. Absolutely.
You can go
do
to
that.
my TikTok, My Trucking Skills. And if you want to buy one of my games, it's mytruckingskills.com. It's also a 2-for-1 special going on for the rest of its time forever. Buy 2, get 1 free. You know, so did you know that? You can do that now, actually.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
It's kind of cool.
I like it.
But yeah, I stream on TikTok every day. So if you guys want to check that out, go to my just search My Trucking Skills on TikTok.
Oh, just go buy the game. Just go buy the game. In fact, go and buy it right now. Just stop driving. Pull over on the hard shoulder right now and buy the game.
Or at least download it and give me a good review. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, do all of that. Right. Thank you and goodbye.